Yo, this is Ultramag 7, the Culture Clip King. You are listening to Infinite Banter Podcast with my man DJ Soundwave.
Here it is, Infinite Banter with Mark Jolliffe, aka DJ Soundwave. This your man, DJ Real One, tuning in Infinite Banter. You know how we do it. Get it in. Let's go.
Infinite Banter Podcast, baby.
Here it is, another episode of the Infinite Banter Podcast. What is happening? My name is Mark Jolliffe, also known as DJ Soundwave. Happy 2026. New year starting and a new episode for the first time in like over a month, man. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. So many things happened in December that just kept me from putting out an episode, and I'm not the kind of cat that just puts something out for the sake of putting something out. But this will be worth the wait because I've got two guys who were on episodes in 2025 that are on this episode right here. We got Ultramag 7 and DJ Real One. Really wanted to get their input, their take, their opinions on just so much that happened in 2025 for the world of hip-hop music and culture, and so many great albums and songs, and so many artists put out music. There's probably numerous ones that we didn't even get to or even speak on, but I really wanted their input along with mine, for whatever that's worth, to talk about all the great music that came out in 2025. It really was one of those years that people are going to look back on and talk about, and I'm already excited about 2026 because I could see things are already on the back burner coming up. So stay tuned. We got Ultramag 7 and DJ Real One here to chop it up with me, talk about our favorite albums and songs of 2025. Also, a quick plug, you could check me out on a podcast that Ultramag 7 is involved with called It's C-Doc Again. C-Doc was on this show last summer, and it was really cool opportunity to go on their show and talk about the year end of 2025 and the year end show of C-Doc Again. So if you want to hear that, go on Channel 0 on YouTube and check out that episode. It's episode 218. The year-end episode. You can find it on YouTube. Like I said, just go to Channel 0, Public Enemy's YouTube channel. Check out the C-Doc Again playlist. And, shout out to C-Doc, Ultramax 7, Flatline, and Jennifer O'Jenny, and whole panel of guests that were on there. It was just crazy to be even in that, like, Brady Bunch square, like the Zoom call thing, where I was a little square, me talking for a couple of minutes. So, big honor to be on there. Salute to those guys for having me on. I appreciate it. So definitely go check out It's C-Doc Again every Tuesday. But before we get to Ultramag 7 and DJ Real One and talk about 2025, let's take you back to the last episode I did, because you might be wondering, like, what was the last thing you did, man? It's been over a month since you've done an episode. My man M. Doc Diego was on talking about his EP with Skinny Bones, The Godfather, The Don 3. And here's a clip from that episode talking with M. Doc Diego here on the Infinite Banter Podcast. Flashback.
Definitely after the second one, we definitely felt like we had to do at least 3 because, I'm a big fan of The Godfather movie, a lot of mob movies in general. But I definitely, had to make it 3 of them. Just because. And then as well as like with BITC.com, they do a lot of CDs for the independent artists, underground hip hop artists. And basically, we're gonna do a whole full package of Godfather and the Don 1, 2, and 3. It'll be like a complete series on one CD. And that was always my vision after the second one, to do it like that.
Big up to my man M. Doc Diego for coming on the show. He's been on multiple times and just a big fan of his music. Make sure you check out that EP with Skinny Bones, The Godfather and the Don 3, representing Rochester, New York. And speaking of New York, I was there as I'm recording this about a week ago. I was there for a few days. It was my 3rd time going, but it was the most time I spent there. Had a blast. I'll talk about it a little bit at the end of the episode. And I'm on a high right now because the Bears are doing big things. They won a big playoff game against the hated Green Bay Packers, and it's just crazy. The game was nuts. It was one of those games where the Bears have had a few of these this year where they look like they have no chance of even making it competitive, let alone winning the game, and they just come back. And once again, DJ Moore does his thing against the Packers, catches a big touchdown, and they're moving on to play the Los Angeles Rams at Soldier Field. It's great. It's so great, man. I'm just the Bears have been bad for a long time, and they've had very few playoff appearances in the last 10 to 15 years. So excuse us if we're a little excited about our football team. I saw Freddie Gibbs was at the game. Spike Lee was there. So, we're pumped. Seth Rollins from WWE was there. So it's really exciting to see that not only the Bears are good, but a lot of people are, I wouldn't say jumping on the bandwagon, but they're definitely letting themselves know that they're part of this and they want to be part of it. Shout out to Ninth Wonder, who's a big Bears fan. I see he does posts about it all the time. Really excited about this season. So, man, go Bears. Bear down. Let's do this thing. Speaking of doing things, let's do this episode. The Infinite Banter Podcast. You can find it on all platforms. Rate and review the show wherever you listen to podcasts. You can go on YouTube, check out the Infinite Banter Podcast there, along with my things and stuff videos where I review like collectible things. Like, for instance, my most recent one is the Third Base Super 7 combo pack. So you got Pete Nice, you got MC Search together in real life and as a toy combo pack. And I have a video talking about it and reviewing it. So go check it out on YouTube. And if you want to grab yourself that combo pack, go to super7.com/Infinite Banter Podcast. Make sure you follow the show on all social media at Infinite Banter Podcast. Check out the Spotify playlist and the poll questions. All right, grab yourself a drink, settle in. We're going to talk about 2025 with only two guys I could think of to talk about it with. My man Ultramag 7 and DJ Real One. Talk about albums and songs that maybe you have not heard about before, or you need to be more familiar with, or maybe you slept on. I've slept on probably, so I can't wait to hear some of the things that they're going to bring. So stay tuned. Ultramax 7 is here. DJ Real One is here. We're going to talk about 2025 and our favorite albums and songs of the year. But before we do anything, the show never begins until the one and only, the King from Queens, the devastating mic controller DMC gets on. He says this, and now it's official.
Yo, what's up? This is me, DMC, the K-I-N-G, the greatest MC in history. And right now, you're listening to Infinite Banter, because we will banter on forever, because this is the only place for all of y'all to ever be. I be Infinite Banter.
You're tuned in to the Infinite Banter Podcast. I am DJ Soundwave, and I'm hyped for my first show of 2026 to have two guests to help break down the incredible year of 2025 for hip-hop music. Welcome to the show from the It's C-Doc Again show and the Perspective Podcast, the Culture Clip King, Ultramag 7, and a man that's no stranger to this. You know him from his live DJ sets and Belgian Beer and Beats videos on YouTube. The realest of ones, DJ Real One. Ultramag 7, DJ Real One. What's up, fellas?
What's good, man? Salute, Infinite Banter, Soundwave.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Man,
what's up, bro?
Yeah, what's up with you guys, man? It's been just such a crazy in a good way year for 2025 hip-hop music. And when the year ended, I just kept thinking, like, man, there's so many albums. Just for the record, I've never done this kind of show before because I never felt the need to make a list or compile albums in this way, because not that there wasn't enough good albums, it was just like this year was just like insane. Like I feel like I probably haven't heard everything. I know there's stuff I forgot about, there's stuff that I don't know, and that's why I want you guys here. Ultra, you're doing the culture clips and you're working with the podcasts and everything. You're in the scene, and Real, when you do your live sets, you're probably hearing stuff that I would never know. So I feel like collectively we could give a good overview of some of the stuff that came out and some of the stuff that maybe a lot of heads don't know about and missed.
Well, first off, I want to say what's up to Ultramag 7. This is actually my first time talking to you on the phone. I know we chat a lot online, but it's good to hear you, man. It's good to join you on the show today.
Thank you, sir. And since we're talking, I want to thank you. You did a DJ set for us on its C-Doc Again, the mixtape, while DJ Soulbuck was out. So, thank you for doing that, brother. Everybody liked that, and just thanks, man.
Well, thanks for having me, man. That was definitely an honor, and I'd like to say a highlight of my 2025, man. It was great to end the year like that,
I love that. I love that. Thank you.
Likewise, it was an honor to be on C-Doc's last show of 2025 with you, Ultra, and just like so many other people on there. I'm just like, I don't even know why am I here? I felt like that old, like, one of these things doesn't belong here. Like, that old thing from back in, was that Electric Company, or I don't know, with Sesame Street, whatever it was. But it's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be on here, but I'll give my thoughts. So it was cool to be on there, man.
We love, the thing is, we're just fans. So to get our friends and fellow hip hop heads on, and I'm glad you made it on, man. We were happy to have you.
Man, no doubt. And And just want to give a shout out to Chuck D because he's the reason why all three of us are even on this show right here. Because I bought that album and Real bought that album. And that's how we connected with you, Ultra Mag. And, you know, you came on this podcast and C-Doc came on here and M-Rock came on here and Real's doing the live mix set for you guys. And like all this it's just crazy how this all connected just because, oh, Chuck D's got an album. I'm going to go buy it. And I got to tell Real, go buy that album. He signed it. He signed the insert. You got to get this album.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So salute to Chuck, man. But yeah, it's been a crazy year. I mean, you got the Mass Appeal trailer. Remember that came out, and they're rolling out all the titles, and you're just like, how the hell are they gonna make a Big L album? How Slick Rick's gonna do it? Like you start seeing all the names, and you're like, okay, all right, let's see how it goes. And I wrote down some things that were highlights. Third Base, we're on stage together again.
Oh yeah.
You had
that was dope.
Man, I don't know if they'll ever make a song together or anything, or I don't know if they're still cool at this moment, but they were at one point 2025.
I've been wondering that myself recently.
I bought the toys, the reaction figures, so you know I did my part. Outkast and Salt and Pepper in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's crazy shit right there. For me personally, Lottie Dottie is a song that got me into this music. And it's 40-year anniversary of that record and the show. So that's just mind-blowing to me. That makes me feel old as hell. But salute to Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, Chill Will, Barry B, that whole crew. Fingers crossed I get Chill Will on the show to talk about that at a later episode. Quick plug. MTV's done, but it's been done for a long-ass time. You know, right?
True.
It's crazy.
I didn't know they were still around.
No, man. I guess they're done doing like teen pregnancy shows or whatever the hell they were doing for the last 10 years. And this whole nonsense about Billboard not having hip hop in the charts, and I'm sure you guys are probably in the same wavelength as me. I don't care. I don't ever look at Billboard to know what I'm supposed to listen to. So it feels. I actually feel like it's supposed to not be there. So whatever.
Right. And because hip hop, well, I don't even want to say hip hop, because commercial rap is not in Billboard's top 100. It has showcased the real hip hop that we love and listen to on the daily. And it's alive and well. And it's probably, I've said this on my own show, that it's probably one of the best years in hip hop. I mean, we can debate that in a long time. I'd like to say within at least 10 years that I can remember off the top of my head,
Man.
Yeah. I've been talking to a lot of friends, and I tell them how we've had like these certain years, like seminal years, like 88, like 93 or so. I told them, I said, 10 years down the line, we're going to look back at 2025 like this is one of those watershed years. So I really believe that. Yeah.
Go ahead and say it. Ultra Hip Hop Renaissance. You go ahead and you coined it.
Oh, bro. Listen, Flatline and C-Doc have been sick of me. I've been saying it for like the past maybe 2.5, 3 years. So it felt like it, for me, it culminated in 2025. So yeah.
I totally agree with that. Yeah, that's a fact. And I was telling Soundwave off the air, I was texting him and telling him that there's a chance, like you said, 10 years down the line, that we're going to go back and find stuff that we might have missed in 2025. And even this month, when I'm going through these lists, I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't even on my list and that I didn't even hear yet. Like, for instance, the High and Mighty album, I just heard that this week because I was so busy listening to other stuff. Like there's just so many amazing albums. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, Ultra Mag, but Moni Love dropped a project this year as well. Yeah. So, I mean, and then these are, albums I'm just discovering the first week of 2026, Right. So there's so much out there.
It's crazy. I feel like excavators of hip hop. We're just like digging and digging, like, I didn't know about that. And Real, you talking about this Moni Love album, which I still have not heard. So maybe my list is incomplete because I haven't heard it. But it's like, and I heard when I was on C-Doc's show, they were talking about, someone mentioned KRS One has a new album. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I didn't know that either. Yeah.
It's like I can't keep up, man. I'm doing the dad thing. I can't keep up with all this stuff. I'm hearing, K-pop Demon Hunters all day, and I gotta go hide somewhere so I can play this stuff. If I hear Soda Pop one more time, I'm gonna kill somebody. Hopefully, you guys have no idea what I just said. So.
We're clueless, man. I don't think we want to know either.
No, don't look it up. Oh, please don't look it up, or actually do it so you can feel my pain. All right, so Let's get into it, man. So I asked Ultra Mag 7 and DJ Real One and myself, I talked to myself, to come up with, 10 albums that you felt were important or your favorite. I don't have to put like a real label on it. Just name 10 albums that you really want to give some spotlight to. I put them in an order. I believe Real, you put them in order. And Ultra Mag, he has 10, but they're not necessarily ranked. That's okay. It's not about that necessarily. So Ultra Mag, if you want to go ahead and drop one of your top 10 in whatever order you want to call it, but we'll call it number 10 right here. You go ahead and name one and give a quick plug to it.
Okay, I failed the assignment. I'll just say that. But
horrible teacher, by the way.
No, horrible student. But I would say this: some of on my list, some of these people are friends, so I don't. When I tell them to go listen to the podcast, I don't want them to be like, hey, so I'm number 6 instead of, number 1. So there's a little bit of that to it. But I'll start with, I don't know if you guys heard it, but it's Errol Eats Everything. And Soundwave, you were on the episode where Errol was on.
Right.
Yeah. He was on. And that's an album C-Doc put me on. He was like, did you see this Errol Eats Everything? And I think it was on Instagram, and he had done some ads and it came up on the radar. And C-Doc sent it to me. I started listening. I'm like, what is this? And it became one of our albums of the year. It just blew me away. And actually, I'll give you a little insight to something behind the scenes. Errol contacted me yesterday and asked me, did I know Wise Intelligent for Poor Righteous Teachers? And I said, I know somebody who knows him. And so they might be working on something. We'll see. But,
man.
Wow.
So it's, but Errol Eats Everything is an excellent album. Excellent.
Man, that's a good way to start off 2026, is to not only hear that album you just mentioned, but that little bit of Wise Intelligent news, man. That's huge.
Yeah. I pray I pray it happens.
No doubt. All right, Real, give me one of your 10, or if you want to call it number 10, it's on you.
I feel bad even ranking these. I did a YouTube video where I ranked my top 16, and today we're going to do 10. So Ultra Mag knows my number 10, and I hated to put it here because it was such an excellent album. Any other year that, a lot of these albums would be number 1 any other year. Let's just be honest. But let's start it off, Ultra Mag, with Chuck D, Enemy Radio, Radio Armageddon.
There it is.
Wait, we're not number 1? What do you mean?
It is hard to even say it on the show. So once again, I might have to make the same disclaimer that these are not ranked.
No, I'm just happy to be on your list, bro.
Yeah.
No, but real talk, Soundwave is the one that put me up on this album. Anytime Public Enemy comes out with something, or Chuck D, he always texts me and say, hey, man, they got a new project out. Go check it out. So this one specifically caught my attention because it had that autographed insert in it. And now I have Chuck D's autograph. That's amazing in itself. But the actual music on the album, I talked about it before. It just brought me back to the radio days when you would tune in the radio and change the channel and you would hear something new or something original, and the way that album is structured is amazing. And I never heard anything like that before. So shout out Chuck D and the whole family right there.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, me and Real One, that's how we met in Columbia College in radio broadcasting classes. And that album definitely took me back to that old, like, WCRX, shout out to 88.1 FM, Chicago's Underground. It kind of took me back to that era, man. And as a kid, just growing up, just recording songs off the radio, and if I go back and play those tapes, it probably sounds like that Chuck D album because it's like all chopped up and jumping everywhere, and like, I only got half of this whistle song, and I got half of this Rakim song, but I got all of this LL song. It's weird because I didn't know what I liked. I would just hit record and this sounds good, I'll just hit record, I don't know, and whatever. And, so man.
and also, like you talked about earlier on the show, when I bought that album, I did an unboxing on my YouTube channel. And I think that is when Ultra Mag 7 took a clip of that and put it on his IG.
Yeah.
It caught my attention. I was like, what the heck's going on right now? Yeah.
That's what's up.
I was just so happy. I was so happy somebody was talking about the album. And then and look at us now. So that was great.
There it is. Exactly. Definitely why that's in my top 10. I mean, it just made an impact on me in 2025. So thank you.
Right. And that's why, Real's like, you should hit up Ultra Mag and have him on the podcast. And I'm like, yo, Ultra Mag, we got to talk about your music. And Ultra, you already talked about this before, Ultra. Like Ultra's like, I don't think this dude knows.
Yeah, I've done one song in 20 years.
Right. But 2026, can we expect some more? I'm hoping, right? I mean, I'm sure.
Oh,
you got stuff in the bag.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've gotten some beats. I'm working on a project now, and stuff's coming.
There we go. See, I was just a little bit, jumping ahead a bit.
There you go.
I was like a trainer. I was like, come on, Ultra, get in there, give me one more verse. So I'll go ahead and give my 10 here. And Real, this is on you, man. You did this to me because you kept telling me, oh, Smith & Wesson, you got to play it. It wasn't in my list, man. I'm sorry, Raekwon. It got pushed out. And Smith & Wesson Infinity. And, of course, the name I'm already a fan of. You calling something Infinity, it's going to be a theme here for a couple albums, by the way. 90s R&B vibe, which it was like crazy. I felt like I was listening to like if you took like Jodeci and Troop or something and mixed it with Smith & Wesson, it was crazy. And I don't know, I never heard anything like this, at least recently. And Pharoah Monch, that track Medina that's on there, I had to play it like 3 times, dude. I was like, this right here is nuts. And then Sean Price is on there and Prodigy. I'm just, it's just salute to Smith & Wesson. It's good to see Boot Camp Click is, doing big things still, and salute to all those guys. That's my number 10.
Nice.
Wait, speaking of, did you hear about the announcement with Smith & Wesson?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, let him know.
Go ahead, because I might have missed it.
The Beat Miners are putting out an album. It's called Black Smith & Wesson. So it's gonna be Black Moon and Smith & Wesson. It's coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I did hear.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know any of the details of it. I think I heard something like that, and I was just like, "Is that real? Like this is?" It's just like
it's real.
Oh,
it's real.
Man, that's what's up. All right, Ultra, back to you, man. Go ahead and name an album that definitely affected you this year, and one of your 10 favorites.
Okay, the return of some guys that I have loved for years, and that would be the High and Mighty with the album Sound of Mark, and it was so great to see. And I it's like, I follow Mighty Mind, I follow Eon, and I would watch you see people's IG, and I would see a video of Eon in the booth, and I'm like, what are these guys doing? And Flatline, he's a big High and Mighty fan, so we're talking to each other like, are these guys doing what we think they're doing? And they did it. They did it very well, and very happy to see High and Mighty back in the fold of hip hop.
And you have a long history with those guys too. And I remember you sent me the link for the video you did with them with Chubb Rock.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Just the concept of it, like 2 people on a couch and there's a TV in the background.
Yeah, that was it was funny. Mighty Mind reached out, and I'm like, wait, what? Mighty Mind's reaching out to me, and he asked me to do the video. They paid handsomely, and it was great to work with those guys. And it's funny, now I can call them friends. I have Eon's number, I have Milo's number. I was texting Milo yesterday, so it's like now I'm in the fold. So that was cool.
There it is. All right, Real. What's your number 9?
Coming in at number 9. Don't get mad at me, guys. I am kind of a middle ground listener. I want to just talk about that real quick. So obviously, I love the underground. I don't do commercial hip hop, but I like to stay in the middle. So when you hear my list, you're going to hear some stuff that maybe you have or have not heard. So I'm coming in at number 9. I actually moved this album down. Number 9, I put The Clips, Let God Sort Them Out. And the reason why is just because it wasn't like a commercial hip hop album so much. I think I don't love Pharrell's production, but I really liked a few songs on there that stood out to me that we might talk about later.
Right.
And one of those, Mark knows well. I sent it to him.
Yeah.
The Clips was not on his radar at all. But
I heard the track with Nas. Later. I did hear that one because I'm a Nas head. So anything, Nas is on this one? All right, let me hear that. Yeah.
Nas is on there. Stove God Cooks is on there.
Another one
the beats
I like.
were banging. Yeah, beats are banging on there. I put that in at number 9.
Bro, you never ever have to apologize for the Clips. I love the Clips, so you never have to apologize with me. Never.
Without a doubt. He set it up like it was gonna be some like really like whack shit. I was like, oh, just Clips? All right. You're good.
No, you thought it was gonna be a Megan Thee Stallion or something.
Right.
Never that. Never that.
I thought he was gonna say Cardi B or something.
Right. Something.
You guys got scared, man. I set that one up well. Sorry to scare you.
Thank God it wasn't Yeet or whatever that guy's name is that my nephew listens to. mumble stuff.
Yeah.
Well, number 9 for me, man, I'm old head, so, I feel like 2025 had a lot of legends come back and do big things, and shout out to Eric Sermon for Dynamic Duos Volume 1.
Oh, wow.
This shit, I played it again yesterday, and the theme of it is just so cool because everybody that's on it is a duo. Cypress Hill, Public Enemy, EPMD, Salt and Pepper, you know what I mean? Method Man, Redman. It was just, and the Denzel drop in there and everything. The pimp skits with the alligator, like this is crazy. I love that Cypress Hill song. That's probably my favorite on the album. But just Eric Sermon, I feel like, is one of those dudes. EPMD is underrated as a group, and Eric Sermon is underrated as a producer as well as an MC. The dude is just, I can't say enough good things about Eric Sermon. The Green Eyed Bandit killed it. Salute to him, and I'm looking for Volume 2 already. So big up to Eric Sermon.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not forget about that PE track on there. That was actually one of my top tracks of the year. That was a banger.
On it. Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
If I could say one thing about the album, I love the album, but there's one thing, and I don't know if you guys see it this way. I feel like it needs to be remastered because that EPMD song, if you listen to it, there is like one of the best verses I've heard from PMD in a long time. And then when Eric comes in, it's like it sounds like he's on a Fisher Price mic a little bit. But that's just a stickler in me. But I love the album though. I love the album.
Yeah, I mean, after you said that, I did notice a lot of verses that were mailed in, so to say. You could tell, like, Eric spit his verse in the booth, and then that might not have been the same for PMD, But yeah, it's still a dope albm overall, though.
That's a good point. Now I have to go back and listen. Now I'm going to have that in my head. Like, man.
Sorry.
Should not have been number 9. No, we're just joking. But salute to Eric Sermon. And definitely go check that album out if you've not heard it yet. And Ultramag 7, go ahead and break out your number 8.
My next one is an album called Tomorrow Never Happened, and the artist is Ron Living. And Ron Living is an artist, MC. He's out of Maryland. And funny enough, he hit me up because he followed my page and he wanted me to do a video for him. And, when I don't know the artist and they want me to do stuff, I was like, I kind of want to hear the music first because I don't know if we fit, if it's, what I want to do. And I was pleasantly surprised. And, over the year, he's actually come up to Philadelphia where we do the Perspective. He's come up there a couple times. And he actually, this is another exclusive. He came up when we did an episode with Sadat X, and he actually talked to Sadat about doing a song with him, and Sadat already sent him, his verse.
Oh, man.
So,
wow.
I was real happy about that. I'm like, that made me so happy. Like, dude, I love that could happen, But Ron Living, real good dude. We become friends, and Tomorrow Never Happened. It's a really good album. He's a dope MC.
Man, I'm gonna have Ultra send me his list because I'm gonna have to start following all these cats and start because I feel like I'm sleeping on a lot of stuff, and that's why, like I said, I wanted to have both you guys here because I don't want to call I'm not a mainstream fan. You guys know that, but I'm not in tune to stuff as well as you guys are. So to hear your guys' input is really gonna help me just broaden it because there's just so much out there that I know I'm completely sleeping on. So, shout out to that one right there. I'm going to definitely be on the lookout for that. And Sadat X, man, that was one of my favorite episodes. That's the first time I heard your podcast. It's one with Sadat X. So much in there that he was talking about his health and everything. It was such an amazing episode, man, to hear him talk like that. And all right, Real, go ahead and break us off with your next one.
So I gave this album another listen. I played the heck out of it when it came out. But my number 8 is Ghostface Killah, Supreme Clientele 2. I just love the album. I don't like the name necessarily. It's hard to follow up a classic. But I think it sounded like a mixtape to me. It had a few older joints on there. The beats were banging. And it's something that I played a lot this year on my show.
Man, you're looking at my list because I had the exact same answer. Ghostface Killah. Supreme Clientele 2. This is what me and Real, we texted when this album was, when we got our vinyl, I guess, best way to put it. And when I played it, and I was telling him, I was like, man, this album's good, but I feel like calling it Supreme Clientele made my expectations just impossible, right? So once I got past that, after like the third or fourth track, I'm like, you know what? Shut up. You're not going to hear Nutmeg. You're not going to hear One on here. Just relax, listen to what this is, and don't worry about what the title is. It's like if Nas had Illmatic 2 or something. You can't do it. You can't compare it to that. I mean, you can because he named it that, but I don't want to do that because I don't feel it does justice to the album. And as an old head, I felt like he was channeling Slick Rick, Biz Markie, Rakim. You know, I mean, there was so much in there. And that last track, which I'm gonna get to way later on, the trial. Woo, man, get out of here.
I feel like
Crazy.
you guys, the same thing. Like it was. I wish he didn't. He could have called it Red Raviolis, and it would have been, you know. But because I'm such a fan of Supreme Clientele and Ghostface. But yeah, just name aside, it's a great album. They, you know, you even got, I think, what, Clyde Smith is back, so you know, it's a great album. Great album.
100 for
Without
sure.
a doubt. Yeah, number 7, we got to talk to the only one who knows how to talk about number 7s, Ultramax 7.
Okay, number 7 would be Morganic by YZ. And
Oh man.
it was good to see YZ come back. He hadn't put out an album for a while. And he said, you know, Daddy-O from Stetsasonic was kind of, you know, urging him to put out some music. And he put out a great album. And, you know, I know me and Flatline really liked it. So, you know, C-Doc also, and we've had YZ on the show a bit, but he put out a really good album. So Morganic by YZ. That's my choice.
Man, big up to YZ, man.
That's dope.
I remember Ultramag when you were talking about, I think after you came on my podcast last fall, I started digging up YZ records because I haven't played it in so long. And I think I sent you a picture of one that I had, and I was like, man, it was like it's like you unlocked something in me because I was like, I need to hear more YZ. This dude is one of the greats, man. So I'm really glad that you included him here. So and we could all, you know, the listeners, people listening to this podcast, and if you're not aware that YZ had something out there, go seek it out.
And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier. The fact that, you know, there's so many amazing artists that dropped music last year that's something that I missed. And I'm a huge YZ fan. So as soon as we get off the call, that's something I'm going to go and check out. You already know.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But staying on the call, real one. What's your number 7, man?
Okay, let's get into it. Number 7 is my man Sky Zoo with Views of a Lifetime.
Man, are you looking at my list?
We did not share our list, people.
That's crazy.
Me and Soundwave are on the same wavelength. He's actually the guy that put me on to Sky Zoo years ago. And ever since then, I check his stuff out. But this one was really special. There's a track on there. It wasn't my top track of the year. It was in my top 10, but it was called Sky is Like. And that track is a banger, man. So definitely shout out Sky Zoo. Amazing album. Yeah, man. He
kind of flipped the Nas is Like, and it's a totally different beat. It's a different song. You almost forget that he's doing like a Nas is Like kind of homage in that track. But Sky Zoo is that dude, man. I remember I saw him open for Ghostface like 2006 or something, House of Blues, and I was just like blown away by this guy. And I think I first heard him on an EPMD album. Speaking of EPMD again, what's that album they came out with like in 2006 or 7? I forgot the name of the album, but he was on there, and I just remember like, who is this cat with the funny name? Like I really like this dude, and you know he's shown up on Fillmore Green albums, who's a Chicago hip hop artist here, and he's doing so much stuff with like Apollo Brown. And it's like Sky Zoo is like one of them lyrical dudes. And whenever I hear his albums, I feel like I'm in a neighborhood. Like his albums feel like you're on a stoop or something, or in a kitchen, or in a backyard. And he just tells these great stories, and the way he just flows vocally. And there's a track called Pardon Me where he samples Run DMC on there, that we have from Run's House. Crazy. And it's like, I heard that. I'm like, you got me. I'm good. I don't, it's only track 2 and I'm all over it. Salute to Sky Zoo. That's the dude right there.
So that's your number 7?
That's my number 7. So I don't know, man. Our list is
what's happening
unfortunately here? That's why Ultramag's like, I'm not gonna rank them because you jerks, you have the same damn list.
That's funny.
All right, Ultramag, go ahead and give another one, man.
My next one will be DJ Scratch and Planet Asia, King's Dominion.
Oh, fire! Love that one.
Wow.
Yes.
There you go.
It's crazy. I love Planet Asia. I'm a big Planet Asia fan. I mean, and Planet Asia's been out for a long time. But it's so weird that maybe you guys know, but I don't remember ever hearing a full album with beats by DJ Scratch. Like he's done stuff for EPMD, Buster, and different people here and there, but I can't remember a full project. So
I can't name one. No.
Yeah. Actually, it was weird. My brother was like, "Yo, have you heard this album yet?" I was like, nah. So I got in the car with him and he starts playing it. I'm like, oh, then, Tri-State pops up. I love Tri-State too. And I'm like, yo, bro. I went home and, started listening to it all over again. Yeah, King's Dominion, DJ Scratch of Planet Asia.
That right there, it was hard. It would have made my list, definitely my top 20. It's an amazing album. And when it comes to DJ Scratch, I'm a huge fan of him as a DJ. He's probably my top favorite DJ. And I remember I used to check out his website, DJs, I think it was called scratchworld.com. And he would release full projects on there that were like remix projects. So I bought one a long time ago that was a Biggie. It was all like brand new DJ Scratch beats with Biggie verses. He did a Jay-Z one. So I'm a huge fan of his production, man. So great choice on that one.
Yeah, man. I would put DJ Scratch as far as like live show DJs. He's not number one, he's in the top 2 or 3 that I've ever seen live. Just kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. So the whole Big Daddy Kane, Friday the 13th, I'm gonna play Jason routine where he gets under the table, puts on the mask. It's just like he can't do wrong by me at all. So I need to seek out, because I love Planet Asia, I Cali Agents, and I'm looking at right now the Apollo Brown Planet Asia stuff. I had the anchovies and all that, but I slept on that one, so I definitely need to put that. My ultra list is like more homework. Salute Ultra Mag for schooling me, put me on the yellow bus. All right, Real. Let's see if we have a different album for this number here.
So let's change it up, man, because you already said this one. I'm just happy it made your top 10. Coming in on my list at number 6 is the Smith & Wesson, the Infinity album.
Man.
I put it up a little bit higher. Originally, I had it kind of low, but I went back and listened to it, and just that Sean P verse just sounded fresh. The Prodigy verse, the whole R&B feeling is something different coming from them. It just sounded modern to me, It wasn't the same old, like, typical boom bap. It was a little bit more lively and fresh. You feel me?
Yeah, maybe want to break out some Mint Condition or something. I mean, like when I was playing it, I'm just like, man, this is taking me back to like that 90s high school era. I was in high school in the early 90s, so like I was thinking about all those groups, and like, by the way, this is a boot camp click album. So it's like it's kind of hard, like some of the hardest dudes in the game, but they're finding a way to like use like kind of like 90s soul R&B and make it still hard. And Sean P, when he comes on, dude, it's just like you stop what you're doing, and it's like, man, this is crazy. And Prodigy tears up that verse. It's just like there's more Prodigy stuff out there. Like, we haven't gotten to the Mobb Deep album, but like Prodigy, damn, man, salute. This is great. Smith & Wesson, man. Yeah, you put me onto it, and when I got back from New York, it was on my things to do. Unpack the bags, put away stuff, laundry. Oh yeah, and Smith & Wesson. Like, so that's I don't even know the order I did it in, but I played it right away. So salute for that one. And my number 6. And by the way, I want to put this out there. This was a year that you could have easily done a top 30 and still have missed some stuff. And we kind of already talked about this a little bit, but my 10 is just 10 that I came up with right now. Next week I could change this after playing somebody's that Ultra Mag mentioned, or I go back and play something I haven't heard since like February. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to put out there to just to say that there's so many great albums, and this was a year this was a hard list to do because there were so many good ones, as opposed to years past where it's like you're kind of like, I can't come up with 12. You know what I mean? It was hard. Right. So that's what's so beautiful about this year, man. And just want to say that before I get to my number 6. We already mentioned it. Real, you mentioned it. Maybe Ultra will mention it later. Chuck D's album. In a year, I just want to put this out there. We got a new Public Enemy album within like a month or two of this Chuck D album coming out. I almost feel like they give me 6A and 6B because there's songs on each album that I like equally. But this Chuck D album is just bananas. And I think I told C-Doc when he came on that it was like organized confusion, organized chaos. Like it was just all this crazy stuff happening. And it was so cool to hear just Chuck on there with, just kind of going back and forth with these songs that are quick, and then it's a transition to another one, and then there's a drop here from like Schoolie D or Daddy-O or whoever, and I just love it. It was just so chaotic, and I feel like that's the world we're living in right now. So the album is perfect for this time. And of course, Ultra Mag, you're on it, man. You can speak on that.
It was well, that might be on my list.
You can speak on it later. Yeah. We'll get there later. We'll get there.
What I want to say real quick about that album is that I didn't talk about before or in my review is I want to shout out the production on there, because I'm a producer myself, and my production is very basic. I just make a beat, 16 bars, 8-bar hook. But the way that album was produced must have taken years. I mean, there's no way he could have done that in like a month's time. I mean, the production and that's why I love that album so much, because every time I listen to it, I catch something new or something I might have missed the first time. And that's the way it sounds, like static and amazing, man. Once again, props to Chuck D and Enemy Radio.
And C-Doc had told a story about how he had to give it to DJ M-Rock and like, hey, can you find a way to do this? Because I'm stuck. Like I got to a point where I can't do anything more with it. And then when he sent back what he did, it got more chaotic. It was just like gumbo or something. That they kept throwing more stuff in there, and it was just working out. And I think they compared it to like Paul's Boutique, like the end where they got all those songs and boom boom boom, the B-boy Bouillabaisse part of Paul's Boutique were just kind of chaos and just a lot of crazy stuff happening. So yeah, man, that album it's one of those albums I think that I'm always going to come back to, because it meant more than just the music part of it. Because I met Ultra Mag through there, and we're doing this podcast because again, not to keep gassing it up, but it really was a seminal album this year. And for me personally, because C-Doc and M-Rock came on the podcast, so that album means more than just 35 minutes of playtime. So salute to that. That's my number 6, the Chuck D album. Go get it if you've not gotten it yet. Grab yourself a copy. All right, Ultra Mag, we're getting to the top 5, the nitty gritty.
So my next album is The Different Kids by Kwame, and this means a lot to me because I was a big Kwame fan. Back in like 89, 90, his early albums. And so following him on like Instagram, seeing him build up this album and how it was coming along. And I really feel like he dropped it at the right time. Like it was divine timing. Like, so to see him, and, we talked about how 10 years from now, we may look back at 2025. He dropped, a excellent album. So, when you think, you're like, oh, well, what's Kwame got to say? Or what is he doing? And it was such a great listen. It's fun. I think it's like everything that I love about hip hop, and even taking me back to my younger self. It was playful. It was fun, and just a really well put together album.
And he's a nerd, because you follow him on Instagram and he's like into Transformers and superheroes and stuff. And I was like, man, I can't front. Like back in the 90s when like Only You came out in the beginning, all those tracks, remember, people were like kind of crapping on him a bit. And I felt like that was kind of unfair. And I remember I was in the car recently playing Rock the Bells, and I think it was Only You popped up, and I was like, damn, this song is better than I remember it. It's like, this dude is, and there's always, of course, we bring up the Biggie lyric, with the polka dots, right? Or whatever. But Kwame in New Beginning, man, I remember back in the day, it was like, I liked him, but I wasn't know if it was cool if I would liked him or not. It was like this weird thing where I wasn't sure if it was okay to like Kwame. And I think as I've gotten older, I realized not only was it cool, but he's a fellow nerd like me. So salute to Kwame. Big up to Kwame.
I'm really happy that we got Ultra Mag on the show, because a lot of these albums I slept on, and I'm definitely going to have a list that I need to listen to when we're done. But as far as the Kwame goes, I've heard great things about it, and I definitely need to get in and play it on the show.
Man, it was a hard book to get Ultra on. I had to bug him for weeks and weeks.
Have your people call my people.
Right. People, the non-existent peeps, they called up Ultra Mag. All right, Real, let's see if we are finally not in sync here with our numbers. Number 5.
All right, we're getting into the nitty gritty with number 5, man.
Like KMD.
And I'm just gonna tell you, man, this was my number 1 album for months. And I thought I was going to make it to the top spot until these other 4 dropped. But any of these that I'm going to list for my top 5 could easily be number 1. Let's just put that out there.
As the kids say, same.
Exactly. So let's just throw it out there, Soundwave. We're going to go number 5, Slick Rick with Victory.
There you go.
I don't have to say much about it. All I know is when I heard that, I must have played that. The album is only 27 minutes long, but I played it over and over for about a month. I must have played that thing 20 times, like back in the day when you just played a cassette till it burns out. I like the fact that he actually had a couple house tracks on there. Slick Rick was true to himself. He stayed true to himself. He did his thing, and he just came out with this track, Landlords. Like, who's rapping about that?
Whew.
Nobody.
I mean, we're going to talk about that one later.
So
yeah.
But yeah, man. So Slick Rick Victory, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Just a side note on that Slick Rick album. That was for the summer. I felt like that was like my summer album. And I played it a lot, just like you. And of course, being 27 minutes long, it was one of those you're like, yeah, I could play this over and over again, and it's enough time, to do other things. Still, you didn't have to live with it for more than 30 minutes. So that's a compliment. I know it doesn't sound like one, but that's what's so great about it. It made you want to hear it over and over. It's like, man, I missed something that first time, and but that's not my number 5. But I will say this: my number 5, man, any of these could be number 1 for me. Any of these 6, they could all be my favorite of the year. And at one point or another, they were my favorite. That's the crazy thing. When I was making this, I was like, at one point, this was my favorite. And then 2 weeks later, this one became my favorite. So that's what's so crazy about this year. My number 5 is Mobb Deep Infinite. Of course, that Infinite pops up. I love it. Already the title got me. You know what's great about this album? And I'll compare to De La's just a little bit, and even Big L's. The fact that they were able to do a whole album with someone who's not here anymore. Rest in peace, Prodigy. And it sounds like an album where Prodigy is still here. And he made these vocals like yesterday. It doesn't sound like, some of the old Tupac records, you could tell like, all right, that's just a repurposed verse from this and that. And you could tell like they're really digging in the vaults. Where this Prodigy one, it felt like, I don't know, man. It felt like this was like actual Mobb Deep if it came out 2025 with Prodigy still here. And shout out to Havoc. His production is crazy. And Alchemist, it's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Alchemist because, I'm a big Alchemist fan and I've followed his interviews every time he has an interview. And he's always mentioned since Prodigy passed, he's always mentioned that he has unreleased Prodigy songs that were fully recorded. They just weren't ready to go yet. So I'm assuming a lot of these tracks were probably stuff that were in his, archives, and then Havoc just jumped on it. And that was my only complaint about the album was the fact that, Havoc still sounds amazing, but the vocals didn't match up per se. Havoc still killed it regardless, but, you could tell the Prodigy really outshined him on this album, and which rightfully so. Rest in peace, P. But that was my only complaint about the album.
I have bullet holes from listening to the album. I felt like I got shot like every time. I called it hide under the bed music because every time I played it, I was like, oh shit, close the drapes, man. Someone's coming for me. This album is violent. Yes. They don't play. They do not play on this album, man. So salute to Mobb Deep and doing their damn thing to this day. Big up to them. And Ultramax 7, go ahead and list off another one.
Well, we have a little crossover here. It's something Real One had just said, but the Slick Rick Victory album. Now I'll give you like my take when I first heard it. So I heard the album and I think I listened to it on Spotify. And like you said, it was short listen and it kind of it jumped all over the place and I liked it, but there were these like little snippets in between songs and it didn't make sense to me. And then I watched the movie that went with it.
Yes.
And I watched that and I said, oh, okay, this makes perfect sense. And it just shot up there. I'm like, oh, this album is excellent. And so good to hear. Rick is one of those MCs, man. He just obviously has that voice, the way he writes his different stories. Like, what Real One said, I think my favorite song is Landlord. Like, I love that song. So
crazy.
Yeah, Slick Rick.
That's a great one, man. And that film, like you're talking about, that short film, I think it's almost as long as the album. And when you're watching it, it just enhances the whole experience. And shout out to Idris Elba, by the way, because I'm a huge The Wire fan. And I was like, oh, Stringer Bell and Slick Rick on an album together. Let's go. Let's do this. I was all over it, man. And there's actually a track that's not on the album with Idris Elba on it. I forgot. I'm blanking on the name of the song, but it's dope, man.
Yeah, I heard it.
I've been tempted to buy the 45, but as Real One knows, I spent more money on hip hop this year than any year that I can remember. I don't have the receipts, so I don't know for sure.
Facts.
But I feel like I spent way too much money on hip hop this year, and I'm not complaining, but I had to stop at some stuff.
I haven't spent this much money since I was actually going to record stores and buying records back in the 90s.
Right.
And spending $200-$300 to buy all the singles. This is the first year that I bought so many records that I can't even find some of them. Like when I was looking for my Slick Rick record the other day to make a video. I was like, where did I put that? Because there's just that much material that I bought. But these guys are putting out amazing music. We got to support them, and I'm okay with it. Spending the money on
Is it okay that Massville has me on auto pay? Like whenever they put something, it's like, what is this? And the wife looks at it. What is this? $48.
Pretty much, man.
Who's Big L? Why are you giving him $48? Like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, Real, go ahead and get your next one.
Are we on number 4?
We are on number 4. That is correct.
Because I didn't want to put this one at number 4, but it's surprising. I'm looking at my list. I'm like, why is this number 4? But let's just get into it, man. Let's talk about it, man. Number 4, Nas and DJ Premier with Light Years, man. Don't
Wow.
everybody listening out there, don't shoot me, man. Don't get
doing
mad
disclaimers.
at me.
Your second disclaimer already.
Yeah.
You're apologizing for shit.
Like we probably said this disclaimer. You might as well call the name of the show the Disclaimer Show, because
there it is. There's the title.
Infinite disclaimer.
There you go. Ultra just said it. There it is.
This is easily my number 1 album, but when you hear the rest, this is number 4. And I guess the only reason I put this number 4 is because the other ones on first listen, my top 3 grabbed me more. Premier killed it. Nas killed it. This is an album they made for me, Ultra Mag, for Soundwave. They made it for the heads, man.
Mm-hmm.
And all these people online talking bad about it, it's total disrespect, and those people are not real hip hop heads. Because if you're a true head, you understood this album and you love it. You know, that's
well said. I remember when it came out, I avoided Threads, and because I don't do X anymore, Threads and Instagram, anything about it, because it was so much negative stuff, and I just wanted to hear the album for myself. 2 or 3 times and judge it myself, and then I finally was like, all right, let me jump into the abyss of nonsense. And those first couple of days were just relentless. People were just shitting all over it, and then it started to calm down, and then I could see people were starting to get their head together, and the real people were starting to comment. So whatever to those people.
And how long did we text that day?
Oh my God.
My phone was blowing up from everyone.
Man.
Every time somebody I won't say names, but every time somebody that's also Mark's homie would text me, or so-and-so would text me disrespectful about this track or this track, I would text Soundwave like, can you believe what these people are saying?
See?
And we must have texted for like 6 hours that day.
And out of all these albums that I'm listing, and I haven't gotten to that one yet, that was the only one I got to play in the car for the first listen, because this is too much information, but I went to get my shingles shot that day. So I was driving from the doctor to like Costco or something. I was doing like, the dad's stuff. And or healthy stuff. What do you want to call it? Good health. Shout out to De La. So I had to, I'm playing it, and it just sounds so much different in a car. I mean, we all play stuff on our phones these days, and even if we're playing on a record, I'm sitting there with headphones. It's not the same. You put it in your car, and like when Madman comes on, I'm just like blasting it with the windows down. I think it was like a warm day here in Chicago area. It was just just great. Yeah. Just great, man. Nothing like playing it in the car.
That car hits different, man.
I'm telling you, and maybe that's why when you hear me say it, you'll know why. So my number 4 is Slick Rick. We already talked about it. Victory. I love that record. Landlord, man, the document song with Nas. There's a video for it too. And I did one of my stupid, things and stuff YouTube videos of a Slick Rick figure, and I got excited to do it because I watched the film where the kid was playing with the 2 Super 7 Slick Rick figures, and I have the one with the yellow coat on, and I was like, oh shit, why am I not doing a video about? So in a way that kind of got me to get off my ass and make these videos that nobody watches. So there it is, Slick Rick. And Ultra, I wanted to ask you this question because I know you've been in England quite a bit, right? You've been out there a few times.
Yes.
Was this vibe like I've never been to an England club, but it had like an England club vibe, and I don't even know if that's accurate because when playing it, I feel like I was in an England club somewhere. Like it had that feel to it.
I will just tell you the only time, besides doing a show, but I'll tell you one time I went to see the Scratch Perverts, and it was in a London club, and I distinctly remember I heard this song they were playing, and I knew the voice of the artist, and I realized it was Lati. And I'm like, yo, what is this song? And it was, I realized later that it was a song called Brainstorming, produced by the late, great 45 King. But and it's one of my favorite 45 King beats and one of my favorite Lati songs. But yeah, it's reminiscent of that vibe. Like, I remember, when I was in that club, and it was a real dope, chill vibe. So I would agree. Yeah, I would say yes.
Yeah, I mean, really, you said it had a club vibe to it too, and I kind of felt like it was even more than that. It was like a club that I've never been to. It felt like a club I would like to go to. Especially Slick Rick and Idris Elba are hanging out there. But yeah, I just love this. Sure. I love this record. We'll get to one of the songs later when we do the song portion. But man, my only tiny complaint, and I hate complaining about anything that I put this high, is just that some of the songs I wanted more. Like I wanted like one more verse or something like that. But whatever. I mean, but it's like complaining about deep dish pizza because I don't have the right pop with it. Like, who cares? I'm still the pizza's still good.
but like Ultra Mag said though, I think I also had that same complaint as you. But once we saw the video, we realized this is a work of art. It's a movie,
right?
Like a movie soundtrack. So then it all made sense at that point.
Once I got past the judgments before even pressing play, and you just like judge it for what it actually is, not what you want it to be or what you expect it to be, which I think a lot of people did with Nas and Premiere, by the way.
Yes.
Just base it on what is actually here in front of you, listening to it. What is your take on it then? And I know it's hard because we're old enough to remember, Great Adventures of Slick Rick and everything, but this album's great. I love it. And I love the vinyl with the purple. It just looks so damn cool. It's regal. So shout out to the ruler, Slick Rick. All right, Ultramag 7, what you got, man, for the next one?
All right, so my next one is the record, kind of the reason that we're all here together, and that would be Enemy Radio Armageddon.
There it is. The longest title.
Yes.
Yeah. It's I'm so happy that C-Doc, he pulled me out of retirement. So I'll give you a little story behind this. Is when C-Doc was working on a solo album, so he hit me up and said, "Yo, can you rhyme on this song?" And so I'm telling him, like, "Look, dude, I'm fat, I'm overweight, I got no breath control."
Jeez.
Like, he knows all my MCing history for being on the show.
Right.
But as a thank you to him for me being on the show, I said, "Okay, I'll do the song." So I do the song, I send it to him, he likes it. Okay. Then a week later, he's like, "How long is it going to take you to get me a verse for something else?" I'm like, "Bro, I just gave you this verse, and I told you my infinite disclaimer about." Right. And then so he goes, "Well, it's a song with Chuck D," and I'm like, "Oh, you need the verse tomorrow?"
Right,
like,
I already have it wrote. Yeah, it's already done.
So so he put me on that song and had so much fun, doing it. Obviously, Chuck D is one of my heroes, and it's Chuck D. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's Public Enemy. Yeah, man. But it's crazy to see another. I don't know if we said this before, like Soundwave on the other episode, but
right.
The album was supposed to come out on Chuck D's label, and then Chuck D liked the album so much that he said, "Yo, let's
put it on Def Jam.
See." Yeah, let's take this to Def Jam and see what they say, because they want to be in the Chuck D business. And then he took it to them. But then once you get into that, corporate machine,
right.
it took a while to get this album together. And then when they were when C-Doc handed it in for the sample clearances, and he worked his magic and got the 100K sample clearance fee.
I was gonna say, man,
he got
samples in there.
Yeah, he got that down a bit, but it was just it was fun to be a part of that and getting back in the fold of MCing and making music.
I'm glad that C-Doc was like Mick from Rocky. Come on, Ultra, get in there. You're gonna be like greased lightning on the microphone. You've been dope since Supreme Clientele. Get in there and write that verse. Hey, man. Yeah. And you told me this story when you came on, Ultra Mag. The cell phone verse, the line that you said, hits differently because you explained it to me. How you thought that was the one that people were going to come back to you with. But everybody like me was talking about the musty seat.
The musty seat. That's crazy.
Real quick, Ultra Mag, like, how does it feel to have a song on a Def Jam album, man? I mean, not even just Chuck D, but Def Jam Records. I mean, that, like, you're part of history, man, just to be on that label. That's amazing.
Bro, what's so crazy? It came full circle for me. The very first 12-inch that I bought with my own money, was LL's I Need a Beat on Def Jam. Wow. So years later, to have a record on Def Jam, and I'm like, bro, this is insane. Anybody who made music back in the day, or if you're still making music now, it's still a label, but it was everybody wanted to be on Def Jam.
That's right.
So I can add that to my resume. I did it. I'm on Def Jam.
So I'm going to ask for real, because I bet you he's thinking the same thing. Do you still have that vinyl for I Need a Beat, LL Cool J?
Let me tell you this. This is so crazy. I don't have it, but maybe a year or two ago, I was with my nephew and we were out shopping at a record store, like a secondhand store, and we're going through, and I saw I Need a Beat. And this is the very first, besides,
right.
I mean, if you want to count It's Yours, but the really
Rock.
first, but the really
Def Jam,
first Def Jam record, and they were selling it for like I think it was maybe $15-$20, and I'm like, so my nephew has it, so we
it's
have
in the
a
family.
copy.
There it is.
It's in the family. It's in the family.
There it is.
that's dope.
Or you should just went to the counter like, look, I'm on the new Chuck D album, Def Jam. I should get a discount for this because I technically work for the company.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's man. That you gotta shoot me a picture of it because I want to see the sleeve and everything. I'm sure it's just like a very generic, basic sleeve, but it's probably got the needle, the Def Jam logo.
Oh
and
yeah,
everything. So that's just
that
iconic.
maroon
color, right? Okay.
Yep.
Man, it's like those jackets too. If I ever get like a maroon Def Jam jacket, I would be in heaven. God damn.
They owe you one, Ultramag. They owe you one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. You should get one automatic.
Bro,
like when you win the
you
Masters or something, right?
I might make my own.
There you go. You
Yeah,
probably
man.
can. You probably could do it for a lot.
You have every right to.
I'm gonna put Def Jam logo on the back. I'm gonna put Ultramax 7. I'm gonna put the release number, whatever, DJ 00 whatever. I appeared on DJ 00 whatever. Yeah.
There it is.
That's funny,
man. All right, real. We're at number 3, right?
Okay,
What number are we on here? I'm losing track.
We are on number 3, but I did almost lose track because you already said this one. But the reason this is ahead of the Nas is because I am the biggest Mobb Deep fan.
I already know. And Alchemist.
That's
keep going.
Yeah, and you already know Alchemist. My 2 favorites of all time, Mobb Deep and Alchemist. Put them together, and you get the Infinite album, and that is coming in at number 3. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Again, let's go.
So since you're a big Mobb Deep head, I have to ask, did it feel like it fits in with all their other stuff to you? Did you feel like, man, this is, like, to me, Mobb Deep and Gang Starr are very similar, where they were very consistent. Like, every album, you knew what you were going to get when you got these albums. And even the last Gang Starr album, post-Guru passing, I felt that same way. It still felt like a Gang Starr album. Did you, as a Mobb Deep fan, feel like this is exactly what a Mobb Deep album should be, and did it feel authentic?
This felt as authentic as their previous albums, and that is because it had Havoc on production, it had Alchemist on production, it had guest verses by Nas, so it basically felt just like something that would have came out even if Prodigy was alive. I know that they did a lot of solo albums, Alchemist and Prodigy, but the fact that he came back out of nowhere with fresh verses, and like the Big L album would be on my list if the verses were fresh, but unfortunately we don't have anything in the archives from him. But Mobb Deep, man, there's a track that we're going to talk about later that is in my top 7 tracks of the year, that when I turned it on in the car, it hit so hard I felt like I was back in 1995.
Man.
I had to turn that thing up, roll the windows down. Yeah, there's a couple tracks under that really slapped me in the face, man.
Oh, big time.
Real talk.
Like I said, I had bullet holes from playing it, and so it's definitely, their album hits hard, and none of them are like tracks that you feel like they're just kind of, Legoed together to make a Mobb Deep album. This thing felt like it was from start to finish done with a lot of care and thought, and made sure it was authentic.
I'm such a Mobb Deep fan that I actually bought 2 copies of this, and one of them is a picture disc vinyl. Hold on a second, man. It's loud over here.
Uh-oh.
It sounded like a plane was about to.
I was going to say somebody disagreed with your Mobb Deep ain't number 3. What's wrong with you? What are you doing?
I had to step inside for that one, man. But yeah, I was going to say that album, I love that album so much. I'm such a fan that I bought a picture disc vinyl with their picture on it. And I'm just going to throw it out there, Soundwave, that picture disc vinyl cost me like $50, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the most expensive album you and I bought this year, I can tell you. I don't know about Ultra's bank account, but I know there's an album that I bought that cost more than that, and I think you did too. Haven't gotten to it. You did already, but I haven't gotten to that one. So shout out Mobb Deep, Infinite. Love the title. That's a good one, man. And that one moved, like I said before, when I heard that one, I thought that was going to be my number 1 album, because I was like, this is so damn good, But my number 3, kind of similar. Alchemist is involved with this one. Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo too, man. Get yourself a big plate of Alfredo and check out Freddie Gibbs. And this album, it's so hard to pick a song from it too. I struggled saying, what's my favorite song? I don't know, man, because it's like from start to finish. It's one of those albums, you just play it and that's it. Like, there is no skipping tracks. I got to go to this one or that one. As a matter of fact, some of the tracks, I don't even know the names of them. It doesn't matter, because I'm not into, which song is which. It just has a collection of just the production. Alchemist is just such a, And really, I know you're a huge fan of him. You probably have him number one all time. It's just crazy how good these guys are. And I loved all the Mad Lib stuff that Freddie Gibbs did too. But Alfredo 1 and 2, and this one specifically, just so damn good. And the videos, and I got the comic book that came with it, the Alfredo comic book. Yeah, and I'm a comic book nerd, so I was like, let me read this. Also, I got the Mass Appeal comic book as well. And I think, Ultra, didn't you guys interview the artist, right, who did the comic book for Mass Appeal?
Sanford Green, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Sanford Green who did the comic, and I could have sat there and talked comics with Sanford Green all day. Like, because I'm also a comic book head. So, but yeah, Sanford Green, dope artist, very dope artist.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good how they did it, and the Alfredo comic book is just as great. Anybody out there, if you have, I don't even know if you can get it, because really, you know, that's an Alchemist, and they put stuff out. Heads get it within minutes, and then you're done. You're assed out. Like, you better go play it on Spotify, because you won't own it unless you buy it on eBay for a lot of money. So,
Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs has become like a movement, and I mean, both of these guys are over 40, putting out music. Surprisingly, people that I work with at work in their 20s are huge Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs fans. So the Alchemist has created a movement that has crossed over ages. You know, like we're listening to the same music that 25-year-olds are. Like a lot of, you know, young cats aren't listening to the Mobb Deep. They're not listening to the Nas, you know, but when it comes to like Freddie Gibbs and, you know, the artist that Alchemist is working with, he really crosses over generations.
There it is. And, you know, I'm still waiting for that Erykah Badu. And I think you told me he's doing something Most Def coming up. So
2026, man, it's going to be another crazy year.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. We're going to have you guys back next year and talk about how crazy 26 was. All right, Ultra. We're down to the final two. This is going to be crazy because I have an idea, at least one of your two for sure. Go ahead and break them off. Ultra Mag 7.
Yeah, so my next one, I'm actually going with an instrumental album. And a friend of mine, Jazz Soon, with his album Taxi. And so if you don't know who Jazz Soon is, he's an everyman. He makes beats, he rhymes a little, he can DJ. He's just a character. If you don't follow Jazz Soon, go follow him on IG. It's JAZZSOON. But he put out this album Taxi on Thick Crates Records. Let me give a shout out to my man Paul over at Thick Crates. But what he does is he used samples for the television show Taxi. And what he does is he also used Bob James.
I was going to say the theme, which is one of the greatest themes ever made. Right. Far Side, right? They did or is it Souls of Mischief? One of them did a
Souls of Mischief.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Cab Ride or something. That's the name of the track. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at the album cover, it's like yellow, like the taxi color, and then it's a picture of Bob James, but you know, it's his eyes are marked out kind of like they would do on like a Griselda release. So it's like we may or may not be using Bob James.
Right, and he's not getting paid, possibly.
Yeah, but
which he's used to.
Yeah, exactly. But Thick Crates is kind of like a boutique label, so they put out these short runs of records, and they're mostly either vinyl or cassette only. But I was a big fan of the show Taxi, so to get into that world over some dope beats, it's really fun.
That's crazy. You're making me want to watch Taxi, and that is easily a lot of '80s shows have great theme songs, but Taxi is one of those that's just iconic. And I'm already visualizing the taxi going over the bridge and that song playing, and Danny DeVito yelling at Christopher Lloyd or whatever. Man, awesome. All right, man. Ultra Mag, you're giving me so much homework. I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be so busy, man. All right, Real. I'm so curious what your number two is, because I think I know what your number one is. I have an idea, but let's see.
You already know what number two is, man, because you just spoke on it. That is the Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist Alfredo 2. And, like I said, it could easily have been number one. And the reason why is because me and Soundwave are big Freddie Gibbs fans all the way to his days when he was in Gary, Indiana. He used to drive to Chicago and do shows in Chicago. He's an unofficial member of the underground scene in Chicago's early, mid 90s, late 90s. He's been around for years. So I'm a huge supporter of Freddie Gibbs, man. And he's a great performer on stage as well. So once again, shout out Freddie Gibbs, man.
Yeah, he's on the short list of people I've never seen live that I definitely need to get out and see do a live show, because he is one of those cats, like you said before, the young people listen to him and old heads like ourselves are listening to him, and he's kind of crossed that bridge for us, where you hear my stuff and like a lot of these are artists that I grew up on or listened to in the 90s or whatever, but Freddie Gibbs and Sky Zoo, I guess, would be the only two on here that are people that I like that are considered, I'm using quotation marks, newer or current or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's a good one.
It's
Real
just like the fact that Freddie Gibbs paid his dues, and now he's up there with a Grammy not award winner, Grammy nominated album for Alfredo Part 1. So the fact that was even nominated for a Grammy is amazing. And like Ultramag said earlier, this renaissance has been bubbling for the last, I'd like to say, 5 to 10 years. Because
yes,
with Nas's run, like Nas kind of helped pointed in the right direction. But we all three of us know the underground scene has always kept it alive.
Oh my God.
No matter what.
Yeah.
But some of the talented artists in the underground that have been keeping it alive. But now I think it's reached its peak where the next few years are going to be like amazing, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I've been blessed, doing this podcast since 2019 to just be turned on to so many underground independent artists. I feel like that's kind of what I've been listening to for most of these years. And I feel like since the 50 years of hip hop a few years ago, that since that year, I feel like the music from the legends and icons and, guys who've just been doing music for the last few years have been coming out. It's just been so great. And, I don't want to get too much into last year, but, LL and Common and Pete Rock and stuff like that. And even before that, like that Black Thought album, that Cheat Codes, I played that one the other day because I still love that album. Like, I feel like there's albums that's what I'm saying about this year. We're going to be going back to it over and over again. And I'm gonna be hitting up Ultra in a week, like, dude, that Taxi album, man. Why didn't you tell me about this shit before? It's like, but here's my number 2. And here's a crazy thing. I do my daily walk, because I'm old and I'm trying to get in shape. So what I did was I played this album to make sure it wasn't supposed to be number 1. I struggled with these 2 albums, man. All right, De La Soul's number 2, and I really wanted it to be number 1, man. I really wanted it to be, but I was back and forth like a cameo song with this. I didn't know what to do as far as like which one should be 1 and 2. I feel like there is no wrong answer here, at least for me personally. This De La Soul album, man, it's like a funeral, it's like a party, it's like a club, it's like a reunion. It's like so many things, man, and the concept of the album, I think as far as like a concept, it's the best album of the year. Just what they did with it and how they. So like what I was saying with Mobb Deep earlier, like that just felt like an album that would have came out with Prodigy still being here. On the flip side, it was like, how are they going to treat this without having a lot of vocals from Dave? Because when I first played it, I was like, man, he's not on here that much. I'm kind of, I was kind of a little bit like, man, I want more Dave. I want to hear more Dave. But it's okay, though. Once again, like I said before, I feel like we had a disclaimer for a lot of these. Once I shut up and turned off my head and just sat back and listened to what it was and what they were doing, I was like, okay. And when Giancarlo Esposito says Dave's name at that beginning,
man,
my hairs are standing up right now talking about it. And
goosebumps, man.
There's a song I'm gonna talk about later that, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, this album has just got all the emotions for me. I saw the Dave mural when I was in New York a few days ago, and I was just like, damn. It's like, every time I hear this album, I get like emotional because it meant so much. As fans of De La, and of course, with him passing. But I just got to give them a salute because no matter where you rank this album, they did great by him. And that last track, you could tell, like, it was just so great. My favorite beat on here is Super Dave West is a beast, man. I feel like I've been sleeping on him because that beat that he did for Good Health, when that song comes on, it just like punches me in the face. I was like, yes. And
that was one of my favorites.
Man, and Premier and Pete Rock. I'm sure a lot of people are like, the Premier did better beats on De La's album. I'm sure there's that guy's out there somewhere.
He's out there.
But whatever.
We don't listen to him, though.
No.
We don't listen to him.
But Sunny Days, like I played that one. I was thinking about that song because the sun came out and I haven't seen it in like 2 weeks. So that song popped up in my head. Like, so this album, I feel like I live it every day. And just salute to those guys, man. De La Soul, you guys just killed it. And, I probably could easily call it number 1, but there is one that I play a lot also.
Well, I wonder what that one is.
Yeah. All right, Ultra Mag.
So they were never in any order, but I will probably say that this was my favorite album of the year, and it's a recent album, and that would be, we already, Real One already said it, the Nas and Premier Light Years album.
There we go.
And,
Wow.
Now you're looking at my list.
Yeah, dude, it was so crazy. I remember it was about midnight, and I got a text from my homeboy DJ Soulbuck, and it was after midnight. It might have been like 1:30 or something, and he sent me a message, and he's just screaming in all caps like, "Yo, this album is fire, yo!" So I'm like, I'm not going to listen to it now. I'm going to go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, and then my homeboy Head Snack is sending me messages, and he's saying, "Yo, he's all emotional. It's this, that." He's echoing the same things that Soulbuck said. So I said, let me get this thing and listen. So I put some headphones on, and Soundwave, I think we had kind of the same moment, because I saw you post about it, and it was the minute Get Ready came on, I said, oh, this is for me, because it was a moment, because I'm listening to the beat. First, when it came on, I knew the beat. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro. And it was because and that's what, I think, Real, when you said it, it's for us. And that's how I knew, because I knew that beat, because I remember the Ultimate Breaks and Beats. So I knew that Wilson Pickett sample. I think Masters of Ceremony had used it way back in the day. But when he says, give me that turnaround, I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
And
classic.
It just felt I just want to say this for the detractors, and this is the thing that I think all those people that were looking for the Nas and Primo, I think it really is based around the song Nas is like they want that sound.
Right.
And for me, I can tell you, I actually grew tired of that repetitive type Primo sound. And
Ultra Mag, my man, dude. I'm saying, you are my man, bro.
You guys are on the
Let's
same
talk
wavelength
about it,
there.
man. I'm sorry to interrupt you, man, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, I can tell you where I felt he pulled out of it, and I was finally back on Primo, and that's when he did the Prime album. When he did that Prime album with Royce the 5'9", I was like, oh, these don't sound like those Primo beats where it's just a chop, and I could see him pressing the buttons on the MP. It sounds a little bit deeper. So I feel like people are stuck in that sound and want that.
Trapped in the 90s.
I think
Nas called them out before.
I think I don't know if it was Green Lantern or somebody did like a mixtape prior or right around the album was released. Go listen to that if you want that sound. But I'll stick with this.
Right.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I think it was on Apple Music, and I played it right before the album came out. It was kind of, they were trying to hype up the album, and it was pretty dope. I mean, because it had all like the Primo beats, like MCs act like they don't know. And then he had like the one mic lyrics over, I forgot what track, but anyways, So go listen to that if you're trapped in the 90s. This is. Me and Soundwave have had this conversation. Let's be honest, Soundwave, at least 15 years, maybe longer. Maybe we've had this conversation about these people that have not listened to any of Nas's songs or albums with Hit Boy. And I don't care if Hit Boy is a modern producer; those albums right there are amazing. So why are cats sleeping on Nas? And if they would have heard that his sound has evolved, as well as Primo, both of their sounds have evolved. We're in 2025. Primo's not going to go backwards. And with all the sampling issues he had to go through in the 90s, and all the lawsuits, I'm assuming, his sound is elevated. We got to get out of that.
They're different people now.
Mindset,
they're both, a certain age. They're going to evolve a little bit. And people act like they're devolving, like Nas is not bringing the same lyrics, or Premier's not doing the same. I know what they want, but I think it's ridiculous to expect, like you said, Ultimate. They want Nas is like for 10 songs.
But then he gave you
that.
He chopped the heck out of that Casey and Sunshine Band. What do you want?
He gave you that.
What do you want?
What do you want? Go back and play Illmatic, you crybabies. I feel bad because that's our people too. I mean, we know these people. We're friends with these people. But I think
I am too.
And me and Real have done this, numerous times. We tried to convince some of them, like, hey, you got to play some of this. Not even like Hip Hop Is Dead. I remember even back then I was like, you guys, you don't like Nas anymore? Like, have you heard this album? Like,
Right.
I don't understand you. Like, what do you do? you don't like this? What do you want to hear? It's like,
But I'll tell you something. A lot of these guys that are hating on this new Nas album, I can promise both of you, they are secretly loving it. They are secretly in their car bumping it. Oh, this Madman is fire. This Writers is fire. But then going online trying to be tough guy and play Mr. Internet keyboard gangster and talk bad about it just to make themselves look like they're hip hop, like they're real hip hop. I'm real hip hop. I don't like this.
Yeah, of course, right? See, and I think I saw some clown was typing. He had to do a lot of research to do Writers. He doesn't know all those names off top. Like, whatever, dude. Shut up.
These nerds.
Shut your mouth. Shut your damn mouth.
Right.
You're an idiot.
And he did. Go into the underground, and I forgot. He worked with, was it Jake One? I think he worked with him on that track, Ultra Mag, didn't he?
No, DJ S1. I think JS1.
Okay, yeah. My apologies. Yeah. Shout out Jake One too, but DJ JS1, who is a graffiti writer from New York, so he worked with him on a lot of that. Yeah. And so what if he did? He did one of the best tracks dedicated to graph that I've ever heard. Let's take it for what it is.
Yeah, without a doubt. And salute to Ultramax 7, because I think we all kind of had some of those same thoughts, preconceived notions, and then while you're playing it and then going back and playing it again and realizing that we're just listening to it differently than people who have just expectations that are just not able to be met. Or they just want a sound that they just don't do anymore. And I'm fine with that. Like you said, I love Nas's Like. I could play that right now and be in heaven playing it. But it doesn't mean I want to hear 10 Nas's Likes just every time they do something together. It's like, because I know, what they would say.
2025.
You know what they would say? Oh, they haven't really evolved. They sound like 96. Like, okay, which one do you want?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
The hell out of here. All right, get off my lawn. All right, Real. What's your number one?
Well, and I already know what your number one is, so I feel
like I don't need to talk because we already did it, but I'll add some stuff to it.
It's funny, like I feel like I should have picked the same as you guys, so we could just wrap it up right there. But my ear hit differently, and De La Soul, Cabin in the Sky is my number one album.
Yeah.
And like we said, there's no wrong or rights. But this album, to me, it made me emotional. It brought back memories. And Soundwave will tell you, he knows me. He knows I'm a Mobb Deep Nas. I'm a hardcore B-boy type fan. So back in the day, I'm just going to admit it right here. He knows me. I did not like De La Soul when they first came out. I was more into the gangster shit. I was more into, like the true school kind of B-boy stuff. So I wasn't a big De La fan on their first release. It took me some time to get into them. And that's real talk right there. So coming around and as I get older, I listen to the catalog and now I'm a huge De La Soul fan. I'm not saying now. I would say maybe around the time of what was the album, Mark?
Stakes is High, maybe, or how far back?
Yeah, Stakes is High. Yeah. Right. The album right before Stakes is High. So right around Stakes is High, they also kind of changed their sound, and that's what caught my attention when Common was on there, and then from that point I was a diehard fan. So to hear Dave on that last track and sound fresh and new and happy. And it wasn't a sad album, like the Mobb Deep album, like Soundwave said, it was what you expected it to be. But the De La Soul album was more honoring Dave and showcasing the Cabin in the Sky where he currently resides. So that's why I put that number one, man.
And Ultraman, you can hate on me because I didn't like De La or Tribe the very first time I heard them, and that's moronic. It's moronic. When I first heard El Segundo, I was like, I don't get it.
We're hurting his feelings right now.
I know, but
he's about to hang up.
Hip hop credentials revoked. I know, but of course that didn't last very long because then I heard Can I Kick In? I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'm an idiot. And same with De La. I hear three's a magic number or something. I was like, all right, just stop being, because you got to go back to that time capsule. It's easy to say it now, looking back in hindsight, but back then. I was all about, Run DMC and, Rakim, like it's going to be hard. It's almost like the Me, Myself, and I video. I was like that dude. You got the B-boy stands with the giant boombox. Who are these flower dudes wearing like, green shirts or, not wearing Adidas? Like it was like that kind of mentality. And it's like you had to get out of that to understand. So I know Ultra Mag's like, I'm about to hang up. Don't put this out. Take my name off.
No.
But we
I
were young though. I mean, I was probably how old was I when that came out? Maybe 10 for me. I mean, I'm probably the youngest one out of us. I'm assuming. I'm not sure, but yeah, I was
Yeah.
just a kid, so I didn't understand it at the time. You know.
Right.
yeah, I remember when plug tuning came out, and it sounded like nothing we had ever heard before, and it made me. I'm obviously Ultramag 7. I'm a big Ultramagnetic fan, and it reminded me of Ultramagnetic because it was this crazy beat. These rhyme schemes were different, and so I was, I just kept on listening to all the stuff, and I don't know if you ever hear the De La albums where they say, Prince Paul's like to all the Kelvin Mercer lookalikes. I'm a Kelvin Mercer lookalike. I used to have the high top and the glasses.
Really?
There it is.
Bro, you couldn't tell me I wasn't Pastanus when I was a kid.
There it is. You're bald with a beard.
That's funny.
Oh, no beard, just being dark skinned. That was no beard. But
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, big De La fan.
No, I do. I just got a memory when I was a freshman in high school. It was I think it was like 1990. So I just aged myself. I had a Walkman on. I was playing Run DMC Back from Hell cassette, and this other kid had a cassette Walkman on, and he's like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm playing that new Back from Hell." He's like, "That's tired." I'm playing. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "De La Soul, 3 Feet High," and I was like, "Who the hell is De La Soul?" I'm just like. Keep in mind, this is in the suburbs of Chicago. This is not like, the nitty gritty Chicago. This is Park Ridge, Maine South, where I went to high school. So I just outed myself. And I was like, it's like 99% white. So it's like, this dude is telling me I was the kid from Rogers Park who was like the tough guy, whatever BS. And this guy was schooling me like, man, you're playing, play it. And I don't mean, I love Back from Hell. I don't care what anybody says. I love that record. But, I was not enlightened. I didn't know.
Slept on record.
Yes. Yeah, very much so. But slept on myself because I should have been playing De La Soul instead of along with Back from Hell, not instead of, but along with.
But the way you got to look at it is, like I just said, it might have taken me till 1995 to be a De La Soul fan, but the fact that I went back into the catalog and studied it and appreciate it and love it to this day, I think that's the more important part.
Big time. And my 6-year-old daughter loves De La Soul. I mean, 3 is a magic number is like one of her favorite records. She loves that joint, man. So shout out to De La Soul, Cabin in the Sky. That's definitely. And now we know my number one. It's Light Years, Nas, DJ Premier. It was so hard, man, because I feel like these two albums that I'm putting 1 and 2, they're very different, but they're albums that I anticipated and was excited for before I even heard them. Like I knew I was gonna love them, or I expected to love them, I guess is a better way to put it. And like you said earlier, Ultra, when that second Get Ready track comes on, because the first song didn't really grab me. I was like, all right, this is okay.
Yeah.
And I think I know why they did it that way. They didn't want to hit you right over the head with a song. They wanted you to kind of warm up a bit. And when he's like, Pre, and give me that turnaround. I remember in the car, it's like, yeah, hell yeah. I was like, I rolled the windows down. It was probably 30 degrees. I still rolled the windows down and blasted it. Man, I love this damn record. Madman was a song that, like, I felt like it took the next shift. Like, if I'm holding, like, a gear shift, it, like, put it in Ultra Drive or Ultra Mag Drive. And it was just, like, I was, like, zooming from that. And then everything after that, pause tapes and writers and the bouquet track.
Crazy,
just, like, nonstop. And it's like, damn, this. And I love the Steve Miller track. I don't know if a lot of people like it, like, the same way I do. I love that record because I like Steve Miller Band.
I said Casey and the Sunshine, but I meant Steve Miller.
Oh, okay. Nah, when you said that, I was like, man, I missed the sample. I didn't catch that one.
I meant Steve Miller.
Did he sample with your Boogeyman that I didn't know about? So, yeah, I mean, I think the reason I picked that album was because there's a lot of songs I keep playing every day. Like, I play the AZ track a lot, the New York State of Mind Part 3 a lot. I just go back to these songs constantly, where De La, I play the whole album. I don't really just play a song. So I think that's the way I justified putting this on number 1.
Well, when you hear my singles list, you'll see as a DJ, the Nas and Premier album is, DJ Premier's making that for DJs. He's making that for heads. So those are the ones I play more than anything else, because the way that they're programmed, like perfectly to mix in. While the De La Soul album is more of a symphony, where you have to listen to it all at one piece as like a movie.
Right.
And the way that the songs go, they blend into each other. Even the premiere track on De La Soul, I was so excited when I heard it, but then when I went to play it on my show, I realized, the beat slows down by, 15 BPM, so there's no way I can mix this. So I had to, edit it so I only play the beginning part of Sunny Days. Well, on a Nas album, everything is perfectly ready to be mixed.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
There's no way you can mix that Enemy Radio album either.
Oh my God! I don't know how you do it. That's hard.
And I do it. It's very difficult, but it needs to be heard. So it's been done.
There you go, man. No doubt. And Ultra heard you play it, so he's heard you play stuff on there numerous times.
I play it all the time. Yep.
Yeah.
And since we're speaking about people who make albums, we talked about Ultra showing up on Chuck D's album. Real, Short Attention Span Beats Volume 2. Shout out to you. You put something out last year.
I want to put something out.
Yeah.
I overshadowed myself. Yeah. I just did not want the year to go by without putting out anything. So I just put out an instrumental album called Short Attention Span Beats Part 2. And it's basically targeting young people that have short attention spans. They're not my target listeners. We're kind of making fun of them and mocking them with the titles when you see the song titles.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
6'7". Is there a track called 6'7"?
The album was released before that came out.
I was going to say, or it's not for those young of listeners.
Not for that young. And if they do listen to it, they won't realize they're being made fun of.
They have no idea. That was part one of my conversation with DJ Real One and Ultra Mag 7 as we break down the year of 2025. Wanted to play a song that we're about to talk about and let you guys hear it. So when we start talking about it, you have more of an idea, like, why are we talking about this song? And you've heard it before. I'm going to play a song that you've heard before on this podcast from Young Sleep and Royal Flush called Remission. One of my favorite songs of 2025. And I definitely want to give this song a little more of a spotlight and kind of break up our 2-hour conversation about the year that was 2025. We could have went longer, but 2 hours is more than enough. But let's go ahead and play this track from Young Sleep, Royal Flush, called Remission. On the other side of this, we'll get right back into our 2025 breakdown of the year that was for hip-hop music. But here we go, Royal Flush and Young Sleep, Remission, here on the Infinite Banter Podcast.
Young. Right. Flush, Governor, Young Sleep, don't sleep. Young, yo. Long as I'm alive, hip-hop in a good place. Put murder on beats, I give them that old mace. They can never shatter my dreams, I don't break. Like Biggie before he died, I kept that good faith. I'm the one who beat the odds, made the score even. Got work through the year, these niggas seasoned. All this goat talk, yeah, I don't know the meaning. Too many fake goats compared to me, niggas vegan. Mr. Big Drip with more sauce than Italians. Before the link with Flush, had iced out medallions. My bro got cancer, they said he would die. But the music and the love still kept him alive. Through the pain and the scars, God keeping him fly. I bring that feel to the game, I ain't speaking a lie. If I was rap, I don't play with it. Trap all day with it. White boy cooking it up, I'm Bobby Flay with it. Jet baby, I came from public housing. Started with a dream in a pen and made thousands. Can't nobody fuck with the flow like CMG and Yo Gotti. I'm the one with the glow, nigga.
Fuck, man. It's me, man. Fuck I deserve. Look at my life, I went from new cars to jumping on flights. Now I gotta drop a tear every time that I write. My situation different, started from a kitchen, now I'm in submission. The devil was my competition. I went from bagging up, hustle, robbing and shooting niggas. And now I'm getting shot every day just to boost my spirits. I'm in the hospital for a year, staring at the ceiling. I don't give a fuck what I did, I wanna guard children. As far as rap, I made the niggas that hustle wanna adapt. And listen to a party beat and talk about crack. Made you walk with a strap. And fuck what you donated, man, I gave that shit back. The bills was too high, I'm seeing where the love's at. I ain't smoked death, but I definitely caught a contact. The chemo and radiation got me in a death match. The doctor is rolling dice and all she's looking at is craps. I'm steady drinking Remy, but I'm thinking about Pap. And if I die, I tell the world I'm just taking a long nap. I'm known to keep 2 9s on me like one sap. And me and God, we agreed on this contract. That part. I'll give me one more.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Young Sleep, Don't Sleep. You already know the only podcast I rock with is the Infinite Banter Podcast. Shout out to my boy DJ Soundwave. Soundwave, what's good?
Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. DJ Real One, Ultra Mag 7, the Infinite Banter Podcast. We're going to talk about our favorite songs of 2025. You heard our favorite albums. Now let's dive in. What are some of the favorite songs that moved us in 2025? So here we go. myself, Ultramag 7, DJ Real One, breaking down our favorite songs of 2025 here on the Infinite Banter Podcast. So I asked both of you guys to come up with 7 songs, and I'm not going to hold it to you if you didn't put them in order or anything. But Ultra, you got a song you want to shout out, one of the 7?
Yeah. So again, no order, and we were just talking about this album, but I want to give some insight to this. Is on the Nas and Premier album, the song "Writer." So
yes,
yeah, dude.
The one thing I was already into the song, loved the song, and I love the ode to graph writers. But when he started giving out shout outs, he said Estro. And so when I was a kid in New Jersey, I would come across the bridge to go into the city into Philly. And I would always see these Estro throw ups and like these Estro pieces. And actually Estro, he passed away, but it's a guy named Kid Destroy. So, he made beats and B-boy and all this type of stuff. But, so that's where you get the Estro. You miss the Destroy. You miss the D and the Y. So it's just Estro. That's what he used when he write. But when I heard that, I'm like, oh man, they shout out Estro. So I'm like, yo, that's dope. So that song really pulled me in, and I really like that ode to graph writers.
Yeah, it's so hard because that album, I feel like there's like 8 or 9 like favorite songs I have on that one, so it's really hard for me just to like single out one, which I will later. But all right, Real, which one you got for number 7?
What Ultra Mag is talking about, let's just spoiler alert, that will also be on my list, but not this, but not this early though. Coming in at number 7, I want to give a special shout out to Young Sleep and Royal Flush.
You look at my notes.
And and this song is called Remission, and I heard it right here on the Infinite Banter Podcast.
Salute, plug.
And I had to bring this track up. It was hard for me to make both of these lists because I can easily come up with 50 songs this year that I wanted to shout out. But I had to shout out Young Sleep and Royal Flush because the song really touched me, man. And I remember when I heard it, immediately I text you and I said, hey, man, can you let me know the name of that song? I want to download it. Can you send me it? I want to play it on my show. This needs to be heard, man. So shout out to Young Sleep and Royal Flush with Remission, man. And hopefully he's doing better.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mentioned it on C-Doc's show, with Ultra Mag 7 and everybody, and how I wanted to single out that song as well. I think you even put the instrumental in, or a part of it, at least, in one of your outros on one of your videos that you put out recently, right?
It was the current video, which is my top 16 albums of 2025.
That's where I heard it,
we have and I couldn't fit that in there, so I just wanted to make sure I give a little nod to him at the end of the video.
No doubt. I actually wrote it as an honorable mention. It was not in my 7, but I didn't want to like do this without saying that one. So you just did it for me. Yeah. Same thing, man. That when he told the story about hooking up with Royal Flush and then hearing everything he'd gone through with his health, and that he's back and he's doing things, and the way they connected, it just touched me. And then the song is just straight fire, man. And the way he talks about how he can, even Young Sleep shouted him out and told about the health issues that he had overcome. So that was like my honorable mention.
That. Yeah, nobody's rapping about like going through remission and cancer treatment. And if you know someone that's been through that, and that's one of the reasons that touched me personally, because I'm not going to talk about that, but that song really got me emotional. So shout out to those guys.
Right. And that's why I told you, Ultra Max 7, when I played that Sadat X episode, the part that really got me was when he was talking about his health. And I don't know if it's because I'm older now and I'm just like, my father passed away, and like I'm just thinking about health stuff all the damn time. And so like when that song comes out, it's like, oh, okay, man, this is something. But that was an honorable mention for me. It didn't actually make my 7, but I didn't want to do this show without mentioning it. My number 7 is my man Rakim with Hus Kingpin. Now Is a Time remix by Big Ghost. Now, I bought the original album, and the original version of that song it's okay. But then he did that re-up, and the remix versions, I felt like that was a better version of the Rakim album that he put out before. And I was disappointed because, Rakim's not even on every song, and he only does like a verse. So it kind of felt like, I don't know, like a Dr. Dre thing where he's kind of on it, but not really. But this track, when I saw the video, Rakim said 2 things in this song that stuck with me. He says, man, this is just crazy what he says here. Life ain't a game, but I'm winning. No, my opponent is death. I was like, what did he just say? Holy, and then he said another part. What is he? I got it here. Spending 86 money, still spending that 86 money. And I'm just like, that's my rock. That's my man. I was like, yes. Rakim is. I don't care if he doesn't make any other songs this verse right here in this song alone is enough for me. And I go back to that song a lot, and that version specifically, because the beat is crazy. And, you know, Kingpin, shout out to him. He comes in, and it's you know, got like a newer cat with an older cat, and they work, and it's just such a great record. And the video is really cool too. So shout out to the God, Rakim.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
All right, Ultra Mag. Let's see what you got next.
I'm going to go with my man Ron Living, and he put out this song called "Who Am I." And what's interesting about this, so Ron Living, he's a younger cat. I believe Ron's, I don't want to put his age, but I believe he's like maybe in his 30s, maybe early 30s. But I mean, I'll give it away if you listen to the track, because us older heads have already heard songs like this. But the "Who Am I," he's talking about it being a gun. So it's in the vein of Nas's track.
Oh, right.
Actually, the Nas premiere track, "I Gave You Power."
Right.
But what was real interesting about this was he knew about that song and he did his thing. But I said, well, do you know about the Organized Confusion track? You know about "Straight Bullet," which when anybody ever brings up, everybody loves "I Gave You Power," but I'm like, do you know about "Straight Bullet"? Because, you know, we know that song.
Right.
And so so me and him got to talk, and I was telling him about that. He's like, yo, I didn't know that. And he's listening to that. So it's kind of cool to see a younger cat really take note and really be interested and trying to be prolific with his pen. And, you know, even if it is the same topic, it's still, you know, maybe younger cats didn't hear it. So maybe they're first really hearing this type of, this, you know, rhyming about this thing from him. And then they go check out these other things like he did. So "Who Am I" by Ron Living, that'd be my next one.
There you go, man. That's a good one. I know you mentioned him earlier too, so we definitely need to get on him. What up?
Yeah, I got to check that out.
No doubt. Real one. What's up, man?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just taking notes over here, man, writing down.
I know. I'm telling you, Ultra, you just got to
email me these
screenshot or whatever.
I'm just trying to big up my friends. That's what.
Man, that's what's up.
Now you're giving me the playlist of 2026, man. I might have missed it in 2025, but I'll definitely get on it.
Yeah, you're only a week late, right? What was it? Say the 9th?
I know, right?
You're only 9 days behind.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, so coming in at number 6 for my top 7 songs. This one, once again, got me emotional. And this is one of the reasons I put their album in the top 10. It is, once again, the Clips, and the song is titled "The Birds Don't Sing."
Man.
And that's one of the main reasons the album even made my top 10, is because of that song. So let me tell you something. When I put the album on in the car, that's the car test, I press play, and you already know I'm expecting to hear crack rap. I'm expecting to hear, you know what they rap about, the Clips. So when I press play, I hear this beautiful song about their parents passing away. And I was kind of mind blown. I didn't expect to hear that. So, and it's the first song on the album. So that song meant a lot to me. And I sent it to you. I sent it to my friend Rico. I shared it with a bunch of my friends that don't really listen to Clips, because I did not want them to miss this amazing song. And if you lost a parent, then you know that this song is for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's my number 6.
Yeah, and I know you're not big on watching the videos, but the video just enhances it too. I mean, it just gives you the visual of everything. And man, yeah, it's a powerful record, man. I'll talk about it later. But yeah, you sent it to me, and I was like, oh man. I sent it to my sister, and I was like, you gotta watch this video or hear this song in case you haven't heard it yet. So that's definitely, man, yeah, that one. There's a lot of songs that kind of got you in the feels, and you know, De La's whole album did. But this song in particular, you're right, did that for me. But I'll talk about it later. My number 6 is Mobb Deep, My Era. It was hard to pick a Mobb Deep song because I liked a lot of them on there. But this one, because he shouts out Pac and Big and you know, all the greats, Jay-Z and Nas, and you're like hearing all this, and it's like, man, it just felt like it felt like an anthem for the year, because we're hearing all these classic artists drop albums. And I felt like when I played this Mobb Deep record, it just reminded me, like, your era is in 2025, dude. It's not 1996 era or 88 or whatever you want to, you know what I mean? Like, your era is still alive and kicking. And I think that's why that song spoke to me. And, you know, shout out to Mobb Deep. There's a lot of songs on that album, but that's the one that kind of stood out for me.
And you read my list again.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Anyways, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ultra Mag.
So my next one is an instrumental, and it's not so it's a dope beat, but it's not that it's, you know, the most amazing beat. But the song is called "Hobo Lessons" by Jazz Soon, and it's on that Taxi album. But part of the reason I really like it is because Jazz soon puts these little hip hop Easter eggs. So the name of the song is called Hobo Lessons, but the drums that he uses are from a song by Malcolm McLaren and the world famous Supreme Team, a song called She's Looking Like a Hobo. So
I love it.
He chop ups those drums, and then he uses a piece of it from the Right Reverend Jim from Taxi, and he's talking about these hobo lessons. So if you've ever seen that episode, and so that's kind of the world. Like if you like Taxi, you like dope beats. So it's kind of like the storytelling in the song. So that I always love that Hobo Lessons song.
I was gonna say,
all over it, man.
Is his album the same amount of time as an episode? Could I watch an episode of Taxi and just play his instrumentals in the background?
You might be able to watch. You might get to the commercial break. It's not that long.
Okay. You play it on repeat.
They're instrumental, so there may be like 2 minutes or so.
Right.
But, it's a fun listen, and he has a bunch of albums like this. He has one called 10 Stigwood Avenue, which is where the Cosbys lived, and it has all Cosby Show samples. So he's got some dope stuff.
Oh man,
that's dope.
Tell me when he does a What's Happening or Too Close for Comfort.
I'll tell you this one. Here's another one, and he has one. I think you can listen to it online. It's called Beastie Brown. So it's the Beastie Boys songs with a bunch of James Brown beats. It's dope. It's crazy.
Man. All right. Yeah. Ultramag, can you just when the show is over, can you just me and Rio, we need some help. Just send us a bunch of stuff.
And I just want to say this: I may or may not be putting out music produced by Jazz soon, but I'm just saying.
There it is.
That's kind of like kind of an exclusive, but we're gonna wait and see type thing. All right, man. All right, Real, where you at? Number 5, right? Go ahead and
number 5. I'll make it quick because you already said it. Mobb Deep, My Era.
Well, can I just say this? I don't want to interrupt you. I am interrupting you. It's cool that you're just such a Mobb Deep head that I picked the same song, and I'm not. I mean, I like Mobb Deep, of course, but you're that dude. So it makes me feel better that I picked the right song. All right, go ahead.
The order might be off by one, but like you said earlier, I mean, when he shouted out Tupac and the Outlaws, I literally had to pull over and rewind it and be like, did I just hear what I heard? I mean, like, what the hell? To hear him shout out Tupac in 2025 is just amazing. I know that obviously Pac, rest in peace. But the fact that I don't know when he recorded this, I'd love to find out more.
I kind of want to know too, like what is the timeline of this?
Prodigy says it. Prodigy says it. That's the crazy part.
Right.
But that line alone, and then he shouts out everybody, from Nas to the Lox, Jay-Z. I mean, he shouts out everybody from that golden era, which is maybe not everyone's golden era, but it's my golden era. That mid 90s era. So shout out Mobb Deep once again.
There it is. MOBB, man. Big shout out. That track is just a heater, man. So my number 5 is Nas and DJ Premier, Madman. And I had a really hard time, again, picking a song, but I didn't want to do this list without having a song from that album. But I guess the reason why I picked this one, I feel like, because it's for the people who want to hear Nas' it's probably the closest song to that, right? But it's also, I feel like it's a song that's going to appease everybody, right? But it's also the song, like, when I was playing the album the first time, I just remember what I was feeling. And I was like, here we go. Like, it was like, there's like 4 or 5 songs before it. Like, Welcome to the Underground was cool. Some of the songs before that. But then when this one came out, I was like, holy shit, it's on. It's where's my seatbelt? Like, all right, here we go. Here we go. God damn it, here we go. And then, like, every song after that, it's just like, oh man, it's crazy. So I feel like that was the true jump off point for the album for me, where like things like really got serious. And so I guess in a sense, that's a song that I will always remember for that album. But it's impossible for me to just pick a song. But since I'm doing that, I'm going to pick this one. All right, Ultra Mag, you are up next, man.
Let's see. I'm going to go with one of my favorite songs of the year is a song by YZ called Push. And it's my favorite song off the Morganic album. I actually, I got to create some visuals for him that he was very pleased with. And I think when I heard the album in its entirety, like me and my buddy Flatline, we both stepped away like, yo, we really like Push. Like that was our song. Real dope song, like kind of a little story, but still like free form rhyme. But YZ sounds so good. Actually, you know what? I forgot. It's a Ninth Wonder beat. That's what I totally forgot.
Wow.
Yeah, Ninth Wonder.
So it's
There you go.
yeah. So it's a
Dope.
Ninth Wonder beat. So it's got that that little shuffle that Ninth does, and but it's a song called "Push" by YZ. Great song.
Again, man, YZ doing his thing. We definitely need to get up on that YZ album. Real one. What's your next one?
Number 4, I'm going to cheat here. I will be the first one to cheat.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to go with De La Soul, and I'm going to say 2 songs because I was only allowed to pick 7 songs. So I'm going to put 2 I'm going to put 2 songs on this list for number 4, and that is The Package as well as You Don't Stop.
Oh, wow.
Now,
You couldn't pick between those two. It's so hard, man.
Yeah, and there's more on that album that I could have put here, but You Don't Stop starts off the album and it lets you know, hey, this is what's about to happen on this album.
Right.
You know, with the harp and everything right after that little introduction. And The Package, because it's the full package of the whole group together, and just that beat is just ridiculous. So that is why I picked those together.
Will not be the last time you hear about De La Soul today. Man, those are good. I feel like there's like 4 or 5 De La, just like the Nas album. There's like 4 or 5 songs I could have picked.
Right.
But I didn't want to. I could easily just did like all 7. They're all De La songs, or half Nas and half De La. But I didn't want to do that. I tried to spread the love, even though I forgot a lot of friends. Unlike Ultra Mag, who's looking out for people. Shout out to him.
Yeah, me and Soundwave came with what you thought we would come with. You knew we were going to talk about De La Nas, because I got about 3 more Nas tracks on my list.
Oh, there it is.
Spoiler alert. Let's go.
All right. So my number 4 is Ghostface with GZA, Method Man, Raekwon, Reek the Villain, The Trial. That track is...
That's a crazy track.
It's just... man, it's like everything I want from like, a Wu-Tang type record, man. And I played it yesterday again, and I was like, yeah, this is it. This is that song. And I feel like it's a song that really stands out on that album. Because without this song, I feel like the Ghostface album might not have been on my top 10 list without this song. Because this song really kind of ties it all together at the end. And it's just so cool hearing all those. GZA, I mean, come on. To hear him on a track.
Yep.
It's just, I don't really know what to say about it other than like, if you like Wu-Tang, you like this song. And if you don't like this song, you don't like Wu-Tang. That's all I got to say to you. I don't know what's wrong with you. But the concept is cool as hell, too. You can't sleep on that. So Ghostface is definitely one of those storytellers. He's up there with Slick Rick. So shout out to Ghostface. All right, Ultra Mag 7. Let's see what you got next.
My next joint is a song called "Stroke Different" by Kwame, and one of the reasons I really love this song is because Kwame took the Different Strokes theme song.
Oh, that's crazy!
He chopped the heck out of it.
The vocals or the
both the beat and
the
the
world
vocals.
don't move, and he cut that up. Oh man!
But it's so dope. Here's what I just saw him. He did an interview on this, and so it gave me some insight to how he did it. He was on the phone with DJ Tat Money, and he was learning. Tat Money was telling him about stems, how you can isolate all the stuff, and while he was on the phone with Tat Money, he's basically starting to do it. Like once Tat told him, he's like, "Wait, you can do what?" And so he basically, what's really dope about the song is while he's rhyming, parts of the song come in. Like he'll be like, "A man is born," to like finish his rhyme. It's so dope. It's a great song. God. So if you remember the Different Strokes show, and
yeah, dude.
It's so creative. So I love that song.
I mean, those shows raised me. I mean, because when my parents were off at work, I was watching, One Day at a Time, and Who's the Boss? More for Alyssa Milano,
I'm super like Snyder.
Yeah, there it is. Man, I was just watching all that stupid stuff, and for you to tell me that there's somebody who chopped these things up and made them something that I want to listen to, say less, man. Give me some Conrad Bain.
My whole page is based on these TV shows.
You know what? Now it explains a lot, Rio. I'm learning a lot about Ultra Mag here. This is the foundation.
Yeah.
Let me know when you get that Alf instrumental.
It's coming.
Perfect Strangers.
Jazz soon Alf album.
There it is.
Oh wow.
For the true cats. All right, Real. Because Alf ate cats. It was a really horrible joke.
I got that.
All right, there you go. All right, Real. Follow that up.
I don't know. I have no clue how to follow that up, but I'll try. it's already been said by Ultra Mag, but once again, we got to give another shout out to Nas with the writer's track.
Man,
As a former graffiti writer myself, not an excellent one, but I messed around with it a bit. So the writer's track, whenever someone makes a track about graffiti, I have to give it the utmost respect and props.
Mhm.
And on that track, like Ultra Mag said earlier, they actually shout out MUL Crew, which is a underground crew in Chicago. So I'm sure there's other MUL crews throughout the U.S., but that's the one that I know of. And it was cool to hear that, like Ultra Mag said, like he touched home, like home base.
Yeah,
You see that on the wall when you're driving around. So once again, Nas Writers is a true hip hop classic right off the bat, man.
Yeah. And I like how he ended the song too. He's like telling, the young cats, go ahead and keep doing it, stay out there, do your stuff. And
yeah,
I feel like Nas, that album, I don't think I said this before, he threw so many flowers at so many different aspects of the culture.
Yes.
I mean, female rappers, writers, pause tapes. I mean, like there's so much in there. That song Junkie, when he's talking about how it just, he compares it to being a drug addict, like hip hop.
Yes.
The way that like he just, I feel like this is like his, almost like a love letter to the culture and the music for him and Premier. And they really, that's why when people talk, ish about it, I just like, I don't know, are you guys paying attention to what's going on here? And I just don't, that's that writer's one is, man, I might have to change mine so we could all have the same the same Nas song in there, because I was like torn between that one and Madman, and man, good one. That's a good one. All right, so here's my you already said this song earlier, Real, that Clips track, Birds Don't Sing, is for all the reasons you said. It's just a heavy song. It's emotional. And the video does it justice, of course. Mm-hmm. But you already know I like Clips, but I'm not like the hugest fan of theirs. So for me to even put them in here, it must have done something. And to get me to play them, I mean, I need someone like you to poke and prod me, like, hey, go check out Clips, man. I know you're stuck on these, De La and Nas albums, but don't forget, there's these other dudes who made a record. Go check it out. And so. Yeah, man. I couldn't put the album in my top, but it easily could be in like my 15 or something. But this song is it's just all those things. It just hits you in the gut. It hits you in the feels, whatever you want to call it. And it's a great record, man. It's a great record. Everybody should go check it out, especially if you have we've all known somebody who's lost somebody, or if you haven't done it personally, it'll definitely catch you. So all right, Ultra Mag, what you got next?
Yeah. Going back to something we previously talked about, but for me, my next song, and I hate to talk about myself, but it would be the song "Carry On."
There it is,
off of Enemy Radio, and it's special to me. Yeah, it's special to me. Like previously we said, so it's me on Def Jam. It's me with Chuck D. It's me rhyming after years of being away from doing that. And, it was just a nice way to kind of jump back in and to do, it did a song, one of my idols, and it's crazy. And that he knows who I am. And I can always point to that. So that's one of my, memories that will always stick with me for the rest of my life. It's like, hey, bro, I did a song with Chuck D. I don't know about you, but I did a song with Chuck D. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know that.
Right? Yeah. You're aware of him, right? You know what he's a big deal.
He's kind of a big deal. So that's my next one.
Man, I know you probably talked about this when I had you on, but just a little bit of background on that song. When you wrote your verse, did you hear Chuck's part, or did you just kind of write a verse without really knowing how it was going to be fit into the song?
No, it was all set up for me. Chuck's verse was already there. There was this amount of bars. That's why it's so short. It was this amount of bars, and C-Doc was like, just do your thing. So it's kind of like a layup, like just do what you do. And I kind of had to not overthink it too much. Like, I didn't want to, like it's how people always say when they're on a song and that guy bodied you with this or that thing. I didn't feel it was that type of thing. It was just a layup, do what you do. I didn't want to, and I'm not Pharoah Monch, I'm not Eminem, so I'm not coming with that. I could have maybe stylized it a little more, but I wanted to be heard and just get get my words out, and I feel like I did a decent job. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah, man. I like at the beginning where kind of the way it starts off. Never
Yeah,
been
that
the
was-
bad kids.
that
and
was-
then that.
That was to extend the verse because it's so short.
Oh, okay. I just like how they did it. I just thought
No,
the effect was
great.
cool, man. That's what I liked about it. Yeah.
Oh, I love when he first played it for me, because I recorded it a certain way. That when he played, I was like, dude, yo, that's crazy,
man.
So yeah, I got this the
But-
same way. Yeah,
It's funny because that one was probably my favorite track on the album, and it's the one that kind of stood out for me personally. So, and
Thank
before I
you.
even knew you, knew you.
No,
you know,
I would
so
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I first played it, I remember that one. It felt like it's kind of in the middle of the album, and I feel like the second half of the album really kind of picks up even more momentum, if that even makes sense. And it really
Right.
kind of it really goes off, and I feel like that's the track that kind of takes it to that next chaotic level. And that one really stood out.
The thing about it is the album. I love the album. Trust me. I have other versions of the album, but I haven't.
Wow.
The finished version of the album. The album is very chaotic. It's real one, as you said. It's radio and there. But the one thing that I liked about Carry On is even as chaotic as it is, it still had this traditional kind of boom bapish thing to it, or maybe like or maybe it went back to maybe like Fear of a Black Planet, that type of style. So when you say that you like that track, I'm like, okay, it was one that if I played it for somebody on the album, but like, okay, I really like that one because they may understand that one more. So yeah,
right.
Yeah, it'd be like the one you could actually single out as a track, because a lot of it's kind of hard to like pick and choose. Even when I was playing it on Spotify today, I was having a hard time knowing which, without actually physically looking at my phone and knowing like, well, what song is this one called? But when yours came on, and for some reason, maybe because I know you now, I'm just hearing it differently. But like that one, like really, it's like I know that section really good. So man, that's a good one. Should be your number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like Harris once said. I'm surprised it's not. But all right, Real, where you at now? Number 2.
All right, we going with number 2. You know what we got to do? The M, the O, the B, the B, the D, the E, the E, the P is Mobb Deep. That track right there, man. That beat is just ridiculous. And then Big Noid is on there. I'm like, they're really taking us back. Yeah. That track right there, as a DJ, is a DJ's dream track. It's got the intro, just the bass line, and then when they come in with, wow.
That beat is sick, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That right there, number 2, man.
That was the other Mobb Deep song. I was like, flipping a coin kind of with that one in the My Era. I was like, man, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so hard. It's so hard, these 2 songs. So you put them on twice. So shout out to you. You're like, man, F your rules. I can play more than one artist on here. Yeah. I'm a shoehorn another De La Soul song on here. You can't stop me.
My list, as you can see, my list is just pretty much Nas, Mobb, and De La. So
there it is.
Sorry, but yeah.
One mentioned song that hasn't been mentioned yet, but maybe you guys will, is "Landlord" by Slick Rick. That's my number 2.
Oh yeah,
and
that has to be on here.
Oh man, I think what it is for me personally, and my daughter likes this song, and there's curse words in it, so I'm a bad parent first of all. But for some reason, like in the summer, because she's home for the summer, there's no school and everything, and that's when that record came out. So I'd be playing it a lot, and I'd be like, I don't like dancing. I'm not a dancer, but she does. And I'd be like, okay, you want me to dance? I'll dance a one song, and here it is. And we play that, and we're doing whatever stupid thing I do, which is not much, but she can do all kinds of stuff. And like that song, it just takes me back to the summer and makes me think about just hanging with her and like how proud I am that she knows who Slick Rick is. She calls him the ruler, and I'm just like, all right, Landlord, and it's a banger. It's a banger of a track. I just love that damn song. The concept is crazy. He just being a super or whatever. So, shout out to Slick Rick. I love that damn song.
Can't argue with that one, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could, but let's do it.
No, it was on my top 10 list, but then I think I reached out to you and was like, please don't make me do 5. Just give me 7. And Landlord was a track. Landlord got cut. Raekwon got cut. Freddie Gibbs song got cut. Pugs Adams got cut. Like I was cutting out people.
Oh, Pugs. That's a bad one. Yeah, I know you probably feel something about that. I know.
I was just trying to make a official list. Me and Soundwave are all about making lists. But there's a lot of albums that I would love to mention. We could do a whole nother episode where we talk about stuff that's not on our list,
Without a doubt. All right, man. Let's take it home. Ultramag 7. What's your last song you got listed here?
My last one will be a High and Mighty song, and it's called most in outs. And what that is the return of one of my favorite MCs, Mr. Cage Kennels. And
man,
it was one of those, if you're a big High and Mighty fan, or if you're a big Eastern Conference or Cage fan, if you're a Cage fan and you kind of know where he's gone over the years, for him to return back to that smut peddler's form.
There you go.
And behind the scenes story is because this is before the album was coming out, and then Mighty Mind texts me. He's like, "Yo, I got something for you." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yo, just listen to this." So he sends me something, and there's this verse that says like, "Behold, Cage lives." Like when he comes on, and I'm like, "Dude," I'm like, "Yo," I'm like, "Where did you dust off this Cage that we wanted to hear?"
Hell yeah.
And and so that's that. I really, oh my God, I really love that song.
Man, that's when you go to a lot, obviously, and that's what I'm thinking. Like with these songs, for most of us, we just go back to them every now and then and play them. Like sometimes I just need a song to listen to, and that's what these songs were to me. And I'm hearing the same from you guys. These are just songs that's kind of struck a nerve and stuck with you throughout the year, and you keep playing them. And we're not done playing these songs, man.
It's funny because I listened to that High and Mighty album as well, and I also had to do a double take when I saw Cage was on here. But what's funny is when you mentioned that song right now, when you said High and Mighty, I thought you were gonna say the I think it's called Goldberg track with MC Search. When you said one of your favorite MCs,
I thought
you were gonna say that one because that track is ridiculous too. Like to hear MC Search come back and spit a fresh rhyme in 2025, that's one of my joints too, man.
Yo, you know what's so funny about that track, and one of the things I really love about the album is that song is called I Goldberg, and that's a store that we used to go to as like kids, and it was right on like Market Street, because the album's called Sound of Market. So if you're walking down Market, you're going to Funko Mart, or you're going to Sound of Market Records, you go to I Goldberg and get your snap pants, you get your whatever hip hop, your snap pants, taking it back. So I love how they named one of the songs is called Funko Mart. That's a big record store, and so I really love the way that they really went back to their Philadelphia roots and put together that.
That's dope, man. Well, thanks for letting me know that, because I had no idea. So that's really cool.
I mean, it's crazy. They got Search, Chubb Rock, right? Cage on that album. It's just again, hip hop renaissance, man. It's It's not just about the legends that everybody knows. It's even about the cats that hip hop fans, we know Search, we know Cage, but some of the mainstream people won't know who Cage is. But it's just cool to even hear him, like you said, get dusted off and bring back that old Cage, man. That's
get dusted off is right.
Man, let's dust off that list. Real one, what you got as your top one?
There's no dust on this one, as it's coming in fresh, and you know what time it is, Soundwave.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something before I say this. I didn't put this album number one. I did not put the album number one, but I put this track number one, and that is Nas' Madman.
Oh,
because that
man.
track right there is
you were quiet when I was talking about it. Now I know why.
I didn't want to say nothing, man, because let's be honest, man. You guys both had the album at number one. Maybe I didn't, but I already put like 2 Nas songs in my top 5.
Right.
And the Madman track, dude, like, are you kidding me, man?
Yeah.
Like, that's just ridiculous, man. That's exactly what we came to hear, and he gave it to us. You know?
I mean, I feel like when we were talking about it, we could definitely take a crap on people who are complaining that everything didn't sound like Madman, right? But if that's what you wanted, you got it, and it's straight heat. And I'll never forget driving in that car, playing that, and just going bananas. And I hope people didn't see me at the light, because I was like really pumped for it, and I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what's up. Thank God. Because I also felt like, man, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I feel like that's a song that, like, in the real time when I'm playing, I'm thinking like, okay, all the people are going to hate on it. They're going to shut up now, right? Like, this song is on.
Right.
Like, that's what I was thinking. Right. Like, okay, this is the song that'll shut up those people. I don't know if that really happened, but that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, I can breathe. They did everything they're supposed to do, this album, and they're only halfway through it, or not even halfway. So, man, that's a great one, dude. Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of number one, Nas... physical media is what I spent the most money on.
Oh yeah,
and I just want to say, if we're ranking,
dude,
it might not be the number one album for me, but I spent the most money on it. I bought an autographed copy. I bought 2. Ultra Mag, I bought 2 autographed copies of this album
This is stupid.
because they kind of did a bait and switch where they put out this like day one's edition with the autograph on it, which looked like an old promo record with just a sticker and then an autograph. So it has like the white label and everything. So I bought that one, whatever that was, I don't even know. And then later on, they came out with the album cover with the autograph. So I was like, well, I kind of want the album cover with the autograph too. So obviously I had to get that.
And you got the cassette.
And I'm the dude that bought the cassette too, man. So, so
Ultra
that's
Mag.
how much I love Nas and Premier, man. I love them both, man.
Ultra Mag, this guy's got me. He's got me in trouble, but I mean, because he'll send me like, "Hey, man, there's an autograph version of that." I'm like, "Come on, it's $125, man. What the hell?" But I don't have their autograph.
Ultra Mag. By the way, that was because he sent me the text saying you need to buy this Chuck D autograph.
But that wasn't $125.
So in return, I got him back.
And just to piggyback on that, I was mad because I want the cover of the album, so I bought one from, I think it's Fat Beats or Get Down. I don't, one of those two, Get On Down. There's like a aqua blue vinyl, and it's got the cover of them standing there with the light and everything. I was like, it's another $40. It's like, come on, mass appeal.
Gotta have it. Yeah.
They owe me something.
Yeah. Well, they gave us good music, man.
Yeah. And they delivered. They delivered.
They brought the culture back to life. I'm not saying the culture was gone, but I mean, there's a lot of heads, over 40, over 50, who might have lost touch with what's happening. But it brought a lot of people. Not all three of us are purists. We never stop listening. But trust me, there's a lot of cats that tune into me when I go live, and they only want to hear this. They only want to hear Nas's like. And then when I play that new stuff, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know Chuck D had new music. I didn't know Smith and Wesson had good new music." And I'm like, "Well, that's what you're here for. I'm here to put you on to what's hip hop is alive and well. Like don't pretend like there's not." Slick Rick album in 2025. We have to let those people know about it. That's our duty.
And you would think with social media, people would be more in tune too, but it's not the same. You got to hit them over the head and let them know about this stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know what's going on, but listen to Ultra Max 7. I don't know jack shit because there's a lot of records I slipped on.
No, bro. You listen. I think we all put each other up on stuff. There you go. There's some. I didn't hear the you said the one with Sky Zoo or stuff
Sky
like that.
Zoo,
And listen. I saw when it came. The Barrel Brothers came to Philly, and I've seen. So I'm a Sky Zoo fan. But
him and Torre,
him and Torre. So I didn't. I didn't know about that album. As you said, the KRS-One. So I got some homework to do.
Yeah, Sky Zoo, Views of a Lifetime. Everybody go check that one out. And my number one song. So I got to give mine. So this song, man, you mentioned it. You kind of. You kind of cheated a little bit with I think it was your number 4, is The Package. And I think the reason why, I know why the reason I'm picking it number 1 is when I first heard it, I was just like that line where he says, the David and Goliath, we got a David right here, or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't cry, but I felt like I was that close to doing it. Because when Dave comes in, it's just like, oh, man. And I didn't even know it was a Pete Rock beat until the end of the song. And it's like, did he just say Pete Rock? He did this beat before the album even came out. I remember it was like the teaser song. And I was just like, the video had like that Monty Python thing where like the guys walk in and there's the clouds and all that.
Yeah.
Man, I played that song like 4 times in a row. Like, boom, boom. Like I was like that into it. And it's like, it's just such a perfect De La song. It's such a song to like just get me hyped for the album. And
can we, man, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Can we maybe we can all agree, let's just put it as a tie, man. Let's just put Nas and De La as a tie, man. Yeah. Because I hate putting one ahead of the other, man. Those two albums might as well be tied for first place.
I have a hard time, picking one. It's so hard. And I just, the package, man, it's definitely just the beat, the production, everything about it is just, man, it's just that song. It's a song like 10 years from now, I'm going to still be playing and listening to.
It's a classic, man.
Yeah. It's definitely
a classic,
man.
Yeah.
Man, you guys definitely came with it, man. I was having a hard time with this too because I felt like I gotta find some more obscure stuff. I feel like I'm getting too much mass appeal in here. It's like I can't put Raekwon in here because then it's all mass appeal records. But Man, salute to you guys for like giving me some albums that I maybe slept on or definitely didn't pay enough attention to. And Ultramag, you give some exclusives, dude. I'm ready.
Yeah. Let's hope that some of these exclusives actually come out, and we don't come back a year from now. I'm like, that never happened.
Right.
Well, we can always edit it out. We can cut that.
Yeah,
part
right.
out.
Yeah, just let me know ahead of time. Ultramag.
No, it's all good. All good.
Your 3 listeners are gonna be pissed off when they find out. I don't agree with your list, and that guy said that he's got. Nobody even talks like that, do they? I feel like I'm doing the Def Jam comedy white guy voice.
You got it down pat.
Because I'm that dude, I guess. Man, any last thoughts from you guys? Like, is there any songs or albums that maybe you feel like should have gotten some more attention? I mean, we kind of just did that, but is there anything else that we forgot? Is there anything you guys want to big up or prop up as a 2025, album or record or just like a memory of the year? Like, I feel like it's such a fantastic year, man. It's just something that, like you said, and we've talked about this a couple times already, we're going back to this year, and 2026 looks to be just as good, hopefully. So it'll just keep going, just build off of this.
Yeah.
I touched on it a few minutes ago. I just want to take a moment to shout out my guy Pugs Adams. He did a little EP this year.
Yeah, man. That track with Fillmore Green.
It was amazing.
Dope.
Yeah, that was on my list. But there's a track called, I believe it's called Throw a TV, and it's got Rashid Hadi and Fillmore Green on it. So I got to shout out my Chicago brothers right there. There's just so much good music that came out this year, and I feel like so much was over, or slept on because of Mass Appeal. As I want to salute Mass Appeal. They really killed it this year. But everybody out there listening, please take time to go out and check out some of these underground artists like Young Sleep, Pugs Adams, and others that we mentioned, High and Mighty. We got to support the underground as well. You know what I mean? I feel like this is a middle ground. This is I call it the middle ground, like that Ghostface, Nas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. And as far as memories, I'll just close it with this for myself. One of my biggest, memories of 2025 was spinning on Channel Zero Radio, man.
How crazy is that?
I mean, I do a lot of YouTube mixes. I have a lot of people that join me, but that one was special because I was doing the same thing that Ultramag was doing. Ultramag's going around telling everyone, hey, I'm on Def Jam. I did a song with Chuck D. I did it on a smaller scale, but I'm out there telling people, hey, I appeared on Channel Zero, which is Public Enemy's YouTube channel. So I'm out there telling people that's an honor, man. So thank you once again. I just wanted to say that one more time.
Bro, thank you for coming on there. And I'll say this. I know a lot of DJs, and I'm sure we could have probably gotten somebody else, but I really like the way that you conduct yourself on your show. And we've never really talked about this. I'm a big beer drinker too. So when you're drinking these and those Belgian beers, I'm like, oh man, he's he's about to go to some Trappist monastery and be with the monks or something. But so I'm on the beer like you guys are. But we're so happy to have you on, and just the way that you do your show and the music you play. I'm like, oh, we gotta get real one. So you were on the list.
There it is.
When I said we got to get him,
Thank you.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that. And by the way, I don't know if you get a chance, check out. I did a top 2025 songs mix this past Friday, and on that show, I obviously played Carry On, and I played another track off of I played the other track off of that album. I don't know what it's called. It's the one with the ladies on there.
Miranda Rights, right?
Yeah, and then Half Pint. Yeah.
I played those two on there. So yeah, if you get a chance, check out that mix. I think you'd like it.
Is God She? Is God She's the track? Yeah,
there it is.
That's the joint. That's my joint right there.
No, I remember when that came on. It was on a Sunday at like 7 or something. I was eating dinner, and my wife's like, "Why is it on a Sunday?" I'm like, "Well, it's a special mix for." And I have a Public Enemy, picture on the wall. I pointed to it. Well, it's for that. It's on their YouTube channel. It's a big deal. And then when I kind of said, like, is there any way I could get like an hour on that Tuesday to do their show? And I was like, and I pointed to the Public Enemy picture again, like it's for them. Yeah, I get to talk on there. And she's like, all right, whatever, go ahead.
For them.
So salute to Chuck D, Public Enemy, Channel Zero, and C-Doc and everybody, man. Man, thanks for coming through, you guys. It's like 2 hours. I'm looking at the clock here. It's crazy. But there's a lot to talk about, and we probably could do another 20, 30 albums, 30 songs, whatever. But go ahead and plug anything you guys want to plug before you go.
Yeah, I guess I'll go first. Basically, I haven't been making too much music lately as I've been focused and locked in on my YouTube channel. That is DJ Real ONE-Shy. So DJ Real One Shy. You can catch me mixing on there. Sometimes I'll pop open a nice Belgian beer. So check me out on there. But I do have music online as well on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. You already know. And yeah, I do a members only beat cook up once a month. So if anybody wants to join my membership on YouTube, they can do that as well. So thank you for having me once again, man.
No
I appreciate
doubt, man.
you.
No doubt. At least once a year. And Ultra Mag, let them know they can follow you and check out your man, the clips you be doing all the time. I can't believe you did the De La Soul, the Rocks joint. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been a lot of work. And I wanted to put in the comments, I wanted to say, like, show people how you do what you do, in case they don't know how good you are. I feel like that was the one that was like, man, how you put all that together is crazy.
Yeah. So what Soundwave is talking about is my IG page. So if you're on Instagram, go to Ultramag7, which is ULTRAMAG number 7. And I do, I guess, easily what people would call, do it easily, but what people might easily call a mashup. I don't use the term mashup. I use culture clips, but
there you go.
I mix hip hop songs with nostalgic footage and try to come up with something. So there's that. Every Tuesday I'm on Channel 0 on YouTube, and I'm on a show called It's C-Doc Again. So it's me, C-Doc, Flatline, Jennifer, Jenny, and we talk with the hip hop's who's who. I think it was just episode either 218 or 19. So we're on every week. So we've probably interviewed somebody that people like.
Layers, yeah.
Yeah. I also do another podcast, which is a live podcast in Philadelphia called the Prospective Podcast. So, we go to this place called the Khyber Pass, which is a restaurant bar in Philadelphia, and, talk with a hip hop who's who, and we record it, put it out as an audio podcast. So you can find the Prospective Podcast on all streaming platforms. And I'm cooking up some stuff now for, more things to bring to people hip hop related in 2026. So follow Ultramag7 and stay tuned.
There it is. Everybody make
Ultramag.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I got to ask him. Soundwave, I got to ask him.
You got to do it.
Because I haven't seen every post that you posted on IG. So maybe I can make a request, or maybe it's been done already.
Okay.
Have we done the Alf IG yet? Have you used Alf?
I have not. I have never used Alf. I know that. I've not used Alf.
Okay, so that's my first one. And my second one, I think you might have done it recently, but did you do Small Wonder yet?
I have not done Small Wonder either.
We're finding out Real One's favorite TV shows of the 80s.
Here we go, man.
Well, I had to get something to go with Vicky from Small Wonder.
So my question would be, have you not done them because you don't like Small Wonder and you don't like Alf?
No. I used to watch. No, I've watched both. I know both of those shows very well.
Edie McClurg in the house, because she was always the neighbor on all these shows. I think she was on Small Wonder.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got my request out of the way, so thank you, sir.
You got it.
Yeah, I go back to like Honeymooners and Sanford and Son, but that's because they were syndication on Channel 9 in Chicago or whatever. Oh, man. Yeah, Too Close for Comfort would be the one I would request.
Oh, yeah.
Ted Knight.
Love that show. Yes.
I think BC Boys say Ted Knight in the song. So, yeah.
Ted Knight and Mr. E.
There it is. Yeah. There you go. There, now he found it. There you go. Holding out hit it. There it is. I know it's somewhere.
Yeah.
Man, thanks again for coming through, you guys, man. It was an honor having you both on here, and just so much to talk about. And I can't do this by myself because it'd be a boring-ass show. So I'm glad you guys came through and helped break down 2025, and can't wait to hear what's coming up next for 2026. And I got some music to listen to thanks to Ultramag7 and his lists.
Me too.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And I feel better now because Real One and I were on the same page as somebody. So I'm starting to feel like I picked the right songs and the right albums. I'm starting to wonder, like, man, am I too, what do you call it, middle stream? What do you call it? It's like,
middle ground.
Middle ground. So, man, big up to both you guys. Ultramag7, DJ Real One. Find them online. Check them out. And, man, just big up to both you guys for coming through, man.
Thank you.
Hey, yo, what's going on, on? It's your man DJ Lord Jazz from the world famous Lords of the Underground. Right now, you're tuned in to the Infinite Banter podcast with my homie, always hitting you one time, making it funky, DJ Soundwave. Let's go.
Time for you to leave, assholes.
That is Kirk Acevedo telling me to get out of here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I can't leave this episode without doing a few things. First of all, big up to DJ Real One and Ultramax 7 for coming on the show. Just a big blast having those guys on, and I knew that I needed their perspective on this because I couldn't just make a list on my own and just not have any opinions that might be different or come up with some other songs or albums that I would never have thought of. And I do want to bring up Ultramax 7 talked about Kwame, and I did, as soon as I stopped talking to him and DJ Real One, I went and seeked out this Kwame album, and specifically this song, Stroke Different. Man, this song is great. Thank you for turning me on to this, Ultramax 7. The way, exactly like how you described it, there's little clips of the theme song kind of woven into Kwame's rhymes, and it's cool, man. I love how he did. I played it like 3 times. I grew up on that show, so it was definitely getting all the emotional, feels from back in the day, playing different strokes on the TV. And yeah, definitely that Kwame album. Go seek it out if you've not heard it. Really, really cool. He says Soundwave a couple times, talks about Transformers on a couple tracks. Man, just big salute to Kwame. That album, I definitely slept on it. But I'm awake to it now because I played it. Really, really good. I definitely want to give a salute to all the artists that have been on this podcast. I've had a lot of underground independent artists on this show, and they are the ones who I feel like kept hip-hop moving through all these years when maybe it wasn't on the Billboard and wasn't in the mainstream, wasn't really getting the notoriety that maybe it deserved. The underground, the independent scene, they have been keeping hip-hop moving, but especially the last 20, 30 years, I feel like they're the ones that have kept it going. If it wasn't for the underground and independent movements out there, maybe we'd be listening to something else, some of us fans. So I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody who's been on this show, like Rhino Funk with Silent Someone and DJ JS1, their album, and I mentioned M. Doc Diego earlier, Piff Penny, Get 'em Rizzy, Louis Sincere, man, Big Dees, Mike Martinez, Young Sleep, so many artists that have come on this podcast, King Adroit, I can go on and on and on. Just so many that have come on here, and I've heard so many great albums throughout 2025 and beyond. So, I can't wait to see what's new for 2026 from these underground independent artists, but also what's coming up with Mass Appeal and some of the artists that I grew up with that are still putting out music. And maybe there's some artists I never heard of before that I'm about to find out. So just really glad to kick off 2026 with this type of episode of the Infinite Banter podcast. And before I get out real quick, I did mention I was out in New York. I just want to say, the thing about walking around in New York was that I kind of felt this music inside of me as I walk around. I mean, you can't help it when you're seeing these iconic bridges and buildings and landscapes and skylines. And I kept thinking of, that Nas and Premier song, New York State of Mind Part 3 on the new Light Years album with the Billy Joel sample. I mean, that song is playing in my head the whole time I'm walking around. And when I see these murals of Run DMC and the BC Boys Square Center there on the corner and the murals of them and Trugoy the Dove, I saw a mural of him, and you start seeing all this stuff. It just keeps making me think about all these great albums and these great songs over the years that have moved me and have kept me a fan, feel like I'm part of this culture. And walk around New York, you can't help but feel that hip-hop vibe inside you, man. I just kept feeling it every time I was walking around by the Brooklyn Bridge or anything like that. I just kept feeling like, man, look, there's a street sign that says Delancey Street on it. Maybe think of Day to Day, and I saw Union Square when I was on the subway. Maybe think of Nice and Smooth. It was just so much, it was like hip-hop is everywhere you look. I didn't have to look for it. It was right there for me, and it was really cool just to walk around and just kind of feel that. And I was only there for 3 days. I mean, I didn't even get to all the places that I probably need to get to. So just salute to New York. Had a blast out there. It was super cold. It was actually colder there than in Chicago. It's like I had a hat and gloves on the entire time. And my feet were cold in those Adidas that I was walking around in. And my wife's like, you should have been wearing boots. I'm like, I don't want to wear boots. I want to be comfortable walking around. Yeah, that's on me. But, salute to New York City. Big up. Definitely had a good time there. Had some good food. I had to have that pizza, even though it's not as good as our pizza here. But I definitely liked eating Joe's Pizza. Shout out to them. Folding it in half and eating a slice. All right, that's it for me. The Infinite Banter podcast. The first episode of 2026 is a wrap. You can find this show on all platforms. Rate and review the show. Go on YouTube, type in Infinite Banter for clips from past guests and episodes. Check out the Things and Stuff video where I talk about third base and the Super 7 combo pack. You can find that combo pack on super7.com/Infinite Banter Podcast. Check out the show on all platforms at Infinite Banter Podcast, like Threads and Instagram. Actually, Instagram's a good place to follow me because I post about every episode. And if you're interested in any of these old episodes that have artists on there that have albums that came out in 2025, just go on my Instagram page. There's a Facebook page as well, and you could see I do posts about all of them. And you look them up, find out about Reagan Era Records and Dios Nagasi and Tone Folds. Go check them out. But yeah, thanks again to my guys, Ultramag 7 and DJ Real One. I really appreciate them coming through, and there's no way I could have done this episode without those guys. And they brought it, man. They definitely did their thing. And Ultramag 7 gave me a list of stuff I need to get into. And Real One helped solidify, made me feel like I knew what I was doing here for a minute. Because I started to wonder if my list was going to be a little too mainstream. But I feel like I got the right songs and albums in there. So both of those guys definitely help make me feel like I did the right thing. And we're all kind of on the same page with some of this stuff. And even the stuff that's different, I can't wait to seek it out. So thanks to those guys. Make sure you check out It's C-Doc again in the Perspective Podcast, to check out Ultramag 7. Check out DJ Real One on YouTube, his live DJ sets, the Belgian Beer and Beats series. And until I do another one of these, go Bears, beat those Rams. I'm out.
Hey, asshole, get off the road.
Being on the Infinite Banter with my man Mark has been a pleasure.